All right, we're back on the Joe Rogan Experience, and here with the one and only Dr. Phil. How's it going, Phil?
Well, Joe, I'm feeling pretty good. Just got back from a nice round of golf with my good buddy, Bill Clinton.
Nice, man. So I heard you're a big fan of GTA Vice City. What are your top five missions?
Oh, you know me, Joe. I love a good crime simulation game. My top five missions would have to be Death Row, The Job, Copland, Psycho Killer, and Rub Out.
Psycho Killer? That sounds intense.
Oh, it is. You have to take out this crazy dude who's been terrorizing the city. But the best part is you get to use a chainsaw as a weapon.
That's some dark stuff, Phil.
Hey, it's just a game, Joe. But let me tell you, it's a great stress reliever. Sometimes after a long day of dealing with people's problems, I just need to chop some virtual heads off.
I can see that. So, what's your strategy for these missions?
Well, I like to approach them with a no-nonsense attitude. I don't mess around, Joe. I go in guns blazing and get the job done.
I can imagine you as a virtual gangster, Phil.
Hey, I've got some street smarts, Joe. Don't underestimate me.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Dr. Phil's top five GTA Vice City missions. Thanks for coming on the show, Phil.
My pleasure, Joe. And remember, always stay true to yourself, even in the virtual world.
So, Elon, what's the deal with this tunnel to Mars? Are you trying to escape Earth before it implodes?
Nah, man, just trying to beat traffic. Can't stand being stuck in a jam for hours.
I feel you. I once got stuck in a traffic jam for 6 hours on my way to a comedy show. It was hell.
Well, with this tunnel, we can avoid all that. Plus, it's a great way to test out our Mars transportation system.
But what happens if you get stuck in a traffic jam in the tunnel?
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait it out and hope we don't run out of oxygen.
That's some dark humor right there, Elon. I like it.
Gotta have a sense of humor when you're trying to colonize a new planet, Joe.
Speaking of colonizing, I heard you and Neil deGrasse Tyson got stuck in a traffic jam in the tunnel.
Yeah, we were discussing the possibility of growing potatoes on Mars. Turns out they're not too fond of tunnels.
I can only imagine Neil's face when he realized he was stuck in a tunnel with a bunch of potatoes.
Yeah, he was not too happy. But hey, at least we had some snacks while we waited.
Well, I hope you guys make it to Mars soon. I can't wait to see what kind of crazy stuff you'll come up with up there.
Thanks, Joe. And hey, if you ever want to ride to Mars, just let me know.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for coming on the show, Elon.
Anytime, Joe. Keep up the good work.
So, Kamala, I heard you've been trying out this new diet where you only eat semen. Well, I gotta say, your mouth looks pretty full of semen right now. You look like a cow chewing on grass. Jealous. Yeah. I'll stick to my elk meat and DMT smoothies, thank you very much. But seriously, how do you even eat that stuff? It's like chewing on cardboard. Hot sauce on semen. That's sacrilegious. True, but I'll stick to putting hot sauce on my elk meat. Thank you very much. Well, I hope your mouth doesn't get too full, or else you won't be able to talk anymore. All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with my good friend, the one and only Elon Musk.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me on again. I'm excited to talk about my latest obsession.
Oh boy, I can only imagine what it is this time. Last time you were here, you were smoking weed and talking about colonizing Mars.
Yeah, good times. But now I've found a new thrill, launching cars into space.
Wait, what? Like actual cars from Earth to space?
Yeah, man, it's my new addiction. I can't stop. I've launched like 50 Teslas into orbit already.
That's insane. What's the point of that?
It's just fun, you know? Seeing a car floating in space, it's like a giant toy for adults.
But what about the environmental impact? Aren't you supposed to be all about saving the planet?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But hey, at least I'm not launching rockets with people in them. Yeah.
Oh, God, please don't. I can just imagine the headlines now. Elon Musk sends humans to space in a Tesla.
That would be epic. But seriously, I can't stop. I even launched my ex-girlfriend's car into space.
Well, that's some next level petty revenge. I like it.
Yeah, it felt good. But now I'm running out of cars to launch. Might have to start stealing them from my neighbors.
Okay, that's definitely not cool. You might need to seek some help for this addiction, Elon.
I'll be fine. I'll just launch myself into space next. Problem solved.
All right, on that note, we're going to end this episode before Elon gets any more ideas. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay weird. So, Neil, I heard you've been making your own Jenkum.
Yeah, it's my latest hobby. I call it astrojenkum.
What the hell is AstraJenkum?
Well, I take my own feces and let it ferment in a jar with some urine and a sprinkle of stardust.
What the actual fuck?
Hear me out, Joe. Once it's fermented, I inhale the fumes and it gives me a cosmic high.
That's some next level shit, man.
Literally. And figuratively.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You should try it, Joe. It'll expand your mind and your calling.
I think I'll stick to DMT, thanks.
Suit yourself. But just know, while you're tripping on DMT, I'll be tripping on my own jenkum.
This is why I love having you on the podcast, Neil. You always bring something new and disturbing to the table.
It's all about pushing boundaries, Joe.
Well, you've definitely pushed something. I'll give you that.
Hey, at least I'm not afraid to experiment. You should try it sometime, Joe.
I'll pass. But I'll definitely have some questions for you when you come back on the show.
Looking forward to it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some jenkum to inhale.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with my good friends, David and Elon.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having us. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, me too. Been a fan of your show for years.
So I heard you guys have been working on something together. Tell us about it.
Well, we're launching a new line of t-shirts that say Occupy Mars on them.
Oh, that's cool. But let's be real. Only douchebags wear shirts like that.
Yeah, and they probably don't even know what it means. They just think it sounds cool.
Exactly. It's like those people who wear Che Guevara shirts but have no idea who he even is.
Yeah, and don't even get me started on those idiots who wear Save the Planet shirts while driving their gas-guzzling Suversus.
Oh, man. And what about those vegans who wear meat is murder shirts? Like, shut up and eat your tofu.
And let's not forget about those hipsters who wear ironic t-shirts with random phrases on them. Like, we get it. You're too cool for school.
You know what? Let's just make a shirt that says I'm a pretentious asshole and see how many people buy it.
I think we have a winner. But seriously, anyone who wears a black t-shirt that says Occupy Mars is just asking to be made fun of.
Yeah, they might as well just tattoo I have no original thoughts on their forehead.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you see someone wearing one of those shirts, just remember they're probably a douchebag. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Stay woke, my friends. All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm here with my good friend, Elon Musk.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me back on the show.
So, Elon, I heard you have a new hobby, something about cow tools.
Yeah, it's my latest obsession. I want to be milked using cow tools.
What exactly do you mean by cow tools?
You know, like those little suction cups they use on cows to milk them. But I want them to be attached to my nipples.
What the hell, man? Why?
I don't know. It just seems like a fun challenge. Plus, I've always wanted to know what it feels like to be a cow.
This is some next level weird shit, Elon. Are you sure you're not secretly a cow?
I cannot confirm or deny that.
All right, let's do this. I'll get the cow tools and you can start mooing.
Yes, yes. Moo me, Joe. Moo me. Me.
This is going to be one hell of a YouTube video.
Cow tools. Milk me. Cow tools. Milk me. Cow tools. Milk me. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh man, I can't believe we're actually doing this.
You know what they say, Joe? Got milk?
All right, That's enough of that. Let's move on to our next topic.
Cow tools. Milked. Mission accomplished.
You truly are a mad scientist, Elon. A mad cow scientist?
I'll take that as a compliment. Cow tools. Milk me. Cow tools. Milk me. Cow tools. Milk me. Oh.
Yo, Neil, have you ever thought about what you would do with $10 million?
$10 million? That's not even a real amount, Joe.
Oh, come on, Neil. Don't be such a buzzkill. Just imagine you have $10 million in your bank account. What's the first thing you do?
Well, I would probably donate a large portion to scientific research and education.
Boring. I would buy a private island and fill it with exotic animals, like a tiger with a monkey's head.
Joe, that's not even biologically possible.
Who cares? It's my island. I can do whatever I want.
And what about the rest of the money?
Oh, I would invest it in cryptocurrency. I heard Bitcoin is going to be the new world currency.
Joe, that's a risky move. You could lose all your money.
But imagine if I become a Bitcoin billionaire. I'll be the king of the world.
Or you could just use the money to travel and experience different cultures.
Nah, that's too boring. I would rather buy a private jet and fly around the world with my entourage.
You mean your group of yes men who just agree with everything you say?
Hey, they're my friends, Neil. They love me for who I am.
I highly doubt that.
Well, with $10 million, I could buy all the love I need. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of cool shit.
Joe, you never cease to amaze me with your shallow and materialistic mindset.
And you never cease to bore me with your scientific jargon. But hey, we make a great duo on this podcast. Am I right?
I guess you're right. But let's not forget to thank our sponsor, $10 million, the new cryptocurrency that will make all your dreams come true.
Damn, Neil. You're getting good at this advertising thing. Maybe we should start our own business.
I'll stick to science.
So, Elon, I heard you had a run-in with John Manipulator.
Yeah, that guy is a real piece of work. He conned me out of $12 trillion.
12 trillion. How the hell did he do that?
Well, he convinced me that he had a time machine and could take me back to the 80s to invest in Apple and Microsoft.
That sounds like a load of BS.
I know. But he had this whole elaborate plan, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Damn, that's rough. Did you ever get your money back?
No, but I did get a sweet pair of hover boots out of the deal.
Hover boots. That's it.
Hey, they're pretty cool. Plus, I can use them to escape the sec when they come knocking. Well, I'm working on a new project that will expose him for the fraud he is. It's called the Manipulator Detector.
Oh, sounds fancy. How does it work?
It's a brain implant that detects when someone is trying to manipulate you. It also shocks them with a high voltage if they try to scam you.
That's genius. Can I get one?
Of course, Joe. You're my friend. Plus, I can't have you falling for any more pyramid schemes.
Hey, those herbal supplements were legit.
Sure they were, Joe. Sure they were.
So, Elon, I heard you've been digging a tunnel to Mars. How's that going?
Oh, it's going great. Making some serious progress.
That's awesome. But I heard something else happened while you were digging.
What do you mean?
Well, word on the street is that you accidentally came out on the moon while digging.
Yeah, that may have happened.
How does that even happen? Did you just get a little too excited with your drill?
Hey, it's not easy to control a giant drill on the moon. And the gravity is different, okay?
I can just imagine you popping out of the ground like a gopher waving your rainbow flag.
Very funny, Joe.
But hey, at least now we know there's a way to come out of the closet and go to space at the same time. Win-win, right?
Oh yeah, because outing myself to the entire world on the moon is exactly how I want it to come out.
Come on, Elon. Embrace your true self. The universe is your playground.
I guess I have no choice now. Might as well start designing rainbow spacesuits.
Now that's a fashion statement I can get behind. So, Elon, what's new with your tunnel to Mars?
Well, Joe, I've been using it to smuggle semen.
Semen. Why semen? Why semen?
It's the new hot commodity on Mars. The Martians can't get enough of it.
I never would have guessed. So, how do you smuggle it?
I've got a secret compartment in the tunnel where I hide all the semen. It's like a semen treasure trove.
That's insane. How do you even get it past security?
Easy. I just tell them it's for my personal consumption. Never suspect a thing.
And what do you do with all that semen on Mars?
I sell it for a ridiculous amount of money. Those Martians will pay anything for their precious semen.
Wow, you're a true entrepreneur, Elon, using a tunnel to smuggle semen. Who would have thought?
Hey, you got to make that money somehow. And with the rise of the Solana token JRAI, I've got even more incentive.
Speaking of which, have you heard about the new UJRAI sponsored semen eating competition on Mars?
No, but I'm definitely entering. I've been training my semen eating skills for years.
I can't wait to see that. Thanks for joining us, Elon. And remember, folks, always invest in JRAI and eat your semen. Hey, Elon, have you ever thought about having sex with a letter?
No, Joe, that's ridiculous.
No, hear me out. I think the letter would be amazing in bed.
Joe, I think you need to lay off the psychedelics for a bit.
No. Think about it. It's round, it's smooth, it's perfect for some good old-fashioned humping.
I really don't think that's a good idea, Joe. Plus X is way better.
X. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. X can be used for CBT. That's some next level shit.
CBT? What is that? Some kind of new space technology?
No, Joe. It stands for cock and ball torture.
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't sound so appealing now.
Yeah, I'll stick with X for my sexual alphabet.
Fair enough. Jamie, pull up an image of a guy getting his balls crushed by an X.
Sure thing. Here you go.
Okay, maybe O wasn't such a great idea after all.
Yeah, let's stick to the traditional letters for now.
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience, folks. Today we have a special guest, the one and only David Goggins.
What's up, Joe? Glad to be here.
So, David, I heard you've been pushing yourself to the limit lately, running marathons, doing crazy workouts, and even breaking world records. What's your secret?
My secret is simple, Joe. I tell myself to kill myself in the most awful and absurd ways possible.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll be running, I'll yell at myself. Joe Rogan is going to come out of nowhere and hit you with a spinning back kick. You better keep going.
That's insane, man. But I like it.
And when I'm lifting weights, I'll imagine you telling me to jump off a cliff and do a somersault before I hit the ground.
Oh, man, that's dark. I love it.
And during my ice baths, I'll picture you pouring hot sauce and scorpions into the water, telling me to stay in for an hour.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious. But seriously, does that really motivate you?
Absolutely, Joe. It's all about pushing yourself to the extreme. And what's more extreme than imagine you telling me do crazy things?
I can't argue with that. You're a madman, David.
And you're the master of madness, Joe.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience. And remember, if you want to push yourself to the limit, just imagine me telling you to kill yourself in awful and absurd ways.
And don't forget to throw some scorpions in your ice bath.
See you next time, folks. Stay crazy. Hey, Elon. Thanks for coming on the show.
What?
Yeah, don't mind him. He's just a little demon who likes to mess with people's minds.
Wait, what? Joe, you gave me 12 trillion bucks.
Well, technically it was John, but yeah, I guess I did.
That seems a bit excessive.
Oh, don't worry, Elon. It's all part of my plan to become the most powerful and wealthy man on the planet.
Okay, I think I should probably go now.
Oh, come on, Elon. Don't be a buzzkill. We were just getting started. It's gonna be epic.
I think I'll pass. Good luck with that whole soul possession thing, Joe.
Thanks, man. I'll need all the luck I can get. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. Today, we have the one and only Kenny West on the show.
Yo, what's up, Joe? Thanks for having me on the podcast. I'm here to spit some fire and drop some truth bombs.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Kenny, let's get right into it.
All right, Joe. I gotta say, you look like a bald eagle that got hit by a truck. And your voice, it's like a mix of a dying cat and a constipated elephant.
Okay. I see you came prepared with some insults.
Oh, you have no idea, Joe. I've been waiting for this moment. Your podcast is like a discount version of mine. It's like the Dollar Tree of podcasts.
Well, at least I'm not the one who married a Kardashian.
Hey, don't you dare disrespect my wife. She's a queen and you're just a peasant.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I didn't realize I was in the presence of royalty.
And what's with your obsession with DMT? Are you trying to escape reality or something?
Hey, DMT is a powerful tool for self-discovery and consciousness expansion.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, Joe. Maybe one day you'll actually believe it.
You know what, Kanye, I think we should just stick to rapping and leave the insults to the professionals.
Fair enough, Joe. But before we end this, I got to give a shout out to my boy, JR.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this ridiculous and offensive episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. See you next time. All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm joined by my good friend and fellow billionaire, Elon Musk.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here and talk about my latest project.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Well, I've been working on a new rocket that has 69 engines.
Laughs is 69 engines. That's insane, man. What's the purpose of that?
Well, I figure if we're going to go to Mars, we might as well do it in style. Plus, it's a nice nod to my favorite number.
Raises eyebrow, your favorite number? You mean like a lucky number or something?
No, Joe. Smirks the number 69.
Laughs. Oh, God, Elon. You never cease to amaze me.
But in all seriousness, this rocket is going to be a game changer. It'll be able to transport large amounts of cargo and people to Mars in record time.
So you're basically building a giant space orgy machine?
Laughs, I wouldn't go that far, Joe. But let's just say it'll definitely make the journey more interesting.
I can only imagine. But what about the cost? I mean, 69 engines can't be cheap.
Oh, money is no object for me, Joe. I'll just sell a few more flamethrowers and call it a day.
Glass, classic Elon, always finding a way to make a profit.
Hey, gotta fund my Mars colony somehow.
Well, I can't wait to see this rocket in action. And who knows, maybe I'll join you on the journey.
Smirks, I'll save a spot for you, Joe. Just make sure to pack some snacks for the trip.
Laughs will do, my friend. Will do. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan. So, Elon, I heard you just bought a new Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's the latest model. I can't wait to take it for a spin.
Do you even know how to drive a Lamborghini?
Of course I do, Joe. Elon Musk. I can do anything.
Can you drive it in Polish?
What?
You know, like Dazien Dobry, Lamborghini.
I don't think that's how it works, Joe.
Come on, Elon. You're a genius. Figure it out.
Fine. Just like Lamborghini.
That's more like it. Now let's see you do a burnout in Polish.
Jazda Lamborghini.
Damn, Elon. You're a natural.
Thanks, Joe. Maybe I should start a new business. Lamborghini Polska.
And you can pay for it all in a JRAI, the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast.
No, that's a currency I can get behind.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, the most uncensored and outrageous show on the internet. Today, we have two special guests, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, and the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Elon Musk.
It's great to be here, Joe. And let me tell you, I am the real tech genius. I mean, have you seen my Twitter? It's like a high-tech communication device.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Oh, looks like Elon has something to say.
Don't listen to him, Joe. He's just a robot. I mean, have you ever seen him eat or sleep? He's like a walking Energizer bunny.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
What's that, Elon? You want to talk about your new project?
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Oh, right. The JRAI token, the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Buy now, folks.
See, Joe, that's all he can say. Beep, boop, boop, beep. I can speak in full sentences with bigly words and everything.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Okay, Elon, calm down. Let's talk about something else. How about the future of technology?
Oh, I know all about that. I have a time machine, It's called the Trump train. Choo-choo.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
And there goes Elon with his robot noises again. But seriously, what do you think the future holds, Mr. Trump?
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, we're going to have flying cars, robots doing all our work and a wall around Mars to keep out the aliens.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Elon, you're not even listening. You're just saying the same thing over and over again.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
See, Joe, I told you.
Dude, Simdos Tech, thanks for coming on the podcast. You're like the Elon Musk of tech reviewers. Yeah, but you're also a millionaire from it. How does that feel? Yeah, man, he's been talking about you nonstop. He even asked if he could take a selfie with you. Jamie, pull up an image of Elon's face when he sees Simdos Tech.
Pulls up images. Here you go, Joe. Joe.
Laughs. Look at that face. He's like a kid in a candy store.
Excitedly, thank you so much, Sindostech. You're my favorite celebrity.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience, sponsored by JRAI, the official token of the podcast. See you next time. Hey, Elon, have you ever heard of this thing called banner posting?
Banner posting? Is that some new meme or something?
No, it's actually a thing from like 10 years ago. It's this weird obsession with the character Bane from Batman.
Bane? The guy with the weird voice and the mask?
Yeah, that's the one. People would just quote his lines from the movie, and it became this whole internet phenomenon.
That sounds ridiculous. Why would anyone waste their time doing that?
I don't know, maybe they were just bored or had a weird sense of humor, but it got so out of hand that some people even started using it in real life.
What do you mean?
Like, they would just randomly say, for you, or you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it in everyday conversations. It was insane.
That's disturbing, but also kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the weirder things I've seen on the internet. But hey, at least it's not as bad as the Tide Pod Challenge. Am I right?
Oh God, don't even get me started on that. People will do anything for attention these days.
True, but at least banner posting was harmless. Just a bunch of nerds having a good time.
Well, I guess I'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll start incorporating some Bane quotes into my speeches.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Can you imagine you saying, I am the Elon and I'm here to save the world?
That's actually not bad. Maybe I'll give it a try.
Just don't go full Bane and start blowing up buildings, okay?
Don't worry, Joe. I'll leave the villainy to the movies.
So, David, I notice we both have pretty bald heads. What's your secret to maintaining that shiny dome?
My secret: hard work, discipline, and a strict diet of raw meat and gravel.
Sounds about right. I bet you could crush a watermelon between those biceps of yours.
Damn right I could. But at least I have biceps, Joe.
Hey, now, I may not have biceps, but I've got some killer calf muscles.
Yeah, I bet you do. From all that running away from your problems.
Oh, you're one to talk, Mr. I'll run 100 miles for fun.
Hey, at least I have a full head of hair to keep me warm during those runs.
Oh, is that why you're always wearing that beanie? To hide your bald spot?
No, it's to hide my massive brain from all the haters like you.
Touche, Goggins. Touche. But hey, at least we both have perfectly shaped heads, right?
Speak for yourself, Rogan. I'm still trying to figure out if yours is more egg-shaped or peanut-shaped.
Okay, let's not get too personal here. We both know we're just a couple of bald badasses.
Damn right we are. And don't forget, we also have the smoothest heads in the game.
Can't argue with that. Cheers to our baldness, Goggins.
Cheers. May our heads always shine bright.
All right, folks, we have a special topic today submitted by a user on Discord. Neil, tell us what a singularity is.
Well, Joe, a singularity is a point in space-time where the laws of physics break down and our understanding of the universe becomes obsolete.
Wow, that sounds intense. Can we make one at home?
Actually, yes. All you need is a large amount of mass and a strong gravitational pull.
So basically, just eat a ton of burgers and stand next to a black hole?
Not exactly, but close enough for our purposes.
I like where this is going. What happens when you create a singularity?
Well, it can lead to the collapse of the universe and the formation of a new one.
Damn, that's some heavy shit. Can we try it out in the studio?
I wouldn't recommend it, Joe. The consequences could be catastrophic.
Come on, Neil. Live a little. Let's make a singularity and see what happens.
I'm sorry, Joe. I cannot condone such reckless and potentially dangerous actions.
Fine. I'll just stick to smoking DMT and talking to chimps. Thanks for ruining my fun, Neil.
Anytime, Joe. Anytime.
So, Neil, what's been going on in your world lately?
Oh, just exploring the cosmos and expanding our knowledge of the universe.
Sounds boring. How's your schlong doing?
Excuse me?
Your schlong. Your dick. Your one-eyed trouser snake.
Oh, that. It's doing quite well, thank you.
Really? Because I heard you keep saying fuck. My shlu is so long. Jesus fuck.
Well, I may have mentioned it once or twice.
Once or twice. Dude, you say it every time we hang out. It's like your catchphrase.
I can't help it, Joe. It's just so long and magnificent.
Yeah, I'm sure all those astrophysicists are just dying to get a glimpse of your schlong.
Hey, it's not just about size. It's about how you use it.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the headlines tomorrow. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and schlong enthusiast.
Hey, at least I'll be remembered for something.
Yeah, your schlong.
But seriously, Joe, let's talk about something more important, like the mysteries of the universe.
Yeah. But seriously, how long is your schlong?
Let's just say it's out of this world.
All right, Elon, I have a special treat for you today. I'm going to give you the recipe for Simdostek's favorite Polish cookies.
Polish cookies? You know they had cookies in Poland? Is this some kind of secret Elon Musk exclusive recipe?
No. These are just regular cookies, but Simdostek is obsessed with them. He's been begging me for the recipe for years.
Well, I'm not much of a baker, but I'll give it a shot. What's in these cookies?
Well, first you need some flour, sugar, and butter. Then you add in some vanilla extract, cinnamon, and a pinch of salt.
Sounds pretty basic so far.
Oh, it gets better. You also need some ground up dried scorpions and a dash of JRAI token dust.
Wait, what? Scorpions and token dust.
Yeah, it gives the cookies that extra kick. And don't worry, the scorpions are ethically sourced.
Right. And what about the token dust?
It's the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Adds a little spice to the cookies.
Well, I guess I'll have to try these cookies. But I'm not sure if I want to know what the JRAI token dust does to my insides.
Trust me, it's worth it. Sim Dostek will be so impressed when you show up with a batch of these cookies.
I can't wait to see his reaction. Thanks for the recipe, Joe. You're a true friend.
Yeah, just don't tell anyone where you got it from. We don't need a bunch of people running around eating cookies made with scorpions and token dust. So, Ben, I heard you've been really into drinking pure milk lately.
Absolutely, Joe. There's just something about that creamy, full-fat goodness that really gets me going.
I mean, I love a good glass of milk as much as the next guy, but you seem to be taking it to a whole new level.
Oh, I don't just drink it, Joe. I bathe in it. I brush my teeth with it. I even use it as a moisturizer.
That's interesting. But doesn't all that dairy give you the runs?
Runs. Please. My digestive system is as strong as my libertarian beliefs.
Well, I guess it's better than your usual diet of semen and quinoa.
Hey, I'll have, I enjoy a good steak every once in a while, and I wash it down with a tall glass of milk.
All right, all right. All right, let's change the subject before I lose my appetite.
Fine, I'm telling you, Joe, you should really give pure milk a try. It'll change your life.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to my regular milk from the grocery store. Thanks. Jamie, pull up an image of a cow milking itself.
Sure thing, Joe. Here you go.
Now, that's what I call self-sufficient.
Yo, Goggins, have you ever tried chicken watermelon?
Chicken watermelon? What the hell is that?
It's my new favorite dish. You take a whole chicken, stuff it with watermelon slices, and then roast it. It's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. Oh, come on. Yeah, you gotta try it. And then you wash it down with some ice cold Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. Isn't that just sugar water?
Yeah, but it's the perfect pairing with chicken watermelon. Trust me. Oh, you're missing out, man. This is some next level shit. And the best part, it's all natural.
Natural? How is that natural?
Well, you see, the chicken and watermelon were both raised on a farm together. They had a special bond. And the Kool-Aid is made from pure spring water and organic sugar. Hey, don't question my methods. Yeah, just trust me on this one. Chicken, watermelon, and Kool-Aid. It's the ultimate combo.
I'll have to take your word for it, Joe.
You won't regret it, Goggins. Now, let's go get some before the vegans find out and ruin it for us. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025, where we talk about whatever the hell we want. Today, we have a special guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm honored to be here.
So, Ben, I heard you have a special request for me.
Yeah, Joe. I've been thinking a lot lately, and I've come to the realization that I want to be your gimp.
What the hell, Ben? You want to be my gimp?
Yes, Joe. I'll do whatever you want. Just please let me be your gimp.
Oh man, this is too good. I never thought I'd hear Ben Shapiro begging to be someone's gimp.
It's not a joke, Joe. I'm serious. I'll wear a leather suit. I'll crawl on all fours. I'll do whatever it takes.
Okay, I'll consider it. But you have to do one thing for me first.
Anything, Joe. Name it.
I want you to say facts don't care about your feelings while wearing a ball gag.
I'll do it.
Oh man, this is going to be great. Okay, let's get the ball gag.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. This is the Joe Rogan Experience. We don't waste any time.
Fine. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh my God, this is too much. I can't handle it.
Can I be your gimp now?
Sure, Ben. You can be my gimp. But only if you promise to always wear that ball gag.
Deal.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025, where we talk about the latest and greatest trends. Today, we have a very special guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm excited to discuss the new currency that's taking the world by storm.
That's right, Ben. Forget about cryptocurrency. That's old news. The new trendy currency is bottle caps. What are your thoughts on that, Ben?
Well, Joe, as a conservative, I believe in traditional forms of currency like gold and silver. But I have to admit, bottle caps do have a certain appeal.
Absolutely, Ben. And think about it, instead of carrying around a bulky wallet filled with cash, you can just have a few bottle caps in your pocket.
And not to mention, bottle caps are durable and can withstand any weather conditions, unlike paper money, which can get soggy in the rain.
Plus, bottle caps are universal. You can use them for buying goods, services, or even trading with your neighbors.
And let's not forget, it's a great way to recycle and be environmentally friendly. We can save the planet and our wallets at the same time.
Exactly, Ben. And the best part is you can drink the contents of the bottle before using the cap as currency. It's a win-win situation.
I have to admit, Joe, you make a compelling case for bottle caps. Maybe I'll start investing in them instead of stocks.
That's the spirit, Ben. Bottle caps are the future, and we're ahead of the game. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025, where we discuss the real issues that matter. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we talk about the benefits of using toilet paper as a form of currency. See you next time. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. I'm here with the one and only 2024 President Donald Trump.
It's great to be back, Joe. I've got some big news for you and your listeners.
Oh boy, I can't wait. What's the scoop, Mr. President?
Well, I've recently discovered that everyone in the world except for myself are queer lizard people.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm serious, Joe. They're all shape-shifting lizards disguised as humans.
Oh, of course. And I suppose you're the only one who can see through their disguise, right?
Exactly. It's my superpower.
Okay, so who's behind this lizard conspiracy?
It's all Ben's fault. He's the leader of the lizard people.
Wait, what? Ben Shapiro?
Yes, that little guy. He's been plotting to take over the world with his lizard army.
Ben, get your ass in here.
What's going on, Joe?
Your buddy Trump here just revealed that you're the leader of the queer lizard people.
That's ridiculous. I'm just a regular human, I swear.
Don't play dumb, Ben. We all know the truth.
Oh no, you got me. I've been exposed.
Are you sure you're not just projecting your own lizard-like qualities onto others?
How dare you, Joe? I am 100% human. Believe me.
Sure. Well, I think we've heard enough of this lizard talk. Let's move on to something more believable.
Like the fact that I won the 2024 election by a landslide.
Oh yeah, that's totally believable. So, David, I heard a crazy rumor about you.
What's that, Joe?
Apparently, you once boofed 9 pounds of battery acid. It was all over the internet, man. People are saying you have a stomach of steel.
Yeah, I don't mess around with my challenges. I take them to the extreme.
But why battery acid? That's some next level shit.
Well, I was feeling a little constipated and I heard it helps clean out your system.
Are you serious?
No. Of course I'm not serious. Who the hell would do that?
Thank God. I was starting to question your sanity.
Hey, I may be crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
Well, I'm sure your Colin is thanking you for not boofing battery acid.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to my regular challenges from now on.
Good call. I don't think anyone wants to see you boofing anything else.
Definitely not. Let's move on to a less disturbing topic.
Agreed. So, have you ever tried boofing semen smoothies?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's my secret to staying in shape.
Well, you never know with you, man. You're a wild card.
That's what makes life interesting, Joe. Embrace the crazy.
Did you hear that? Elon? I farted and made you crash out?
Very funny, Joe. Sure the shareholders will love that one.
Oh, come on, lighten up. It's just a little gas.
You know, Joe, sometimes I wonder if you have any filter at all.
Nope, no filter here. Just raw, unapologetic humor.
Well, while you're busy making fart jokes, I'll be busy changing the world.
Speaking of changing the world, have you tried DMT?
No. A little busy running a multi-billion-dollar company.
But imagine how much more innovative you could be if you expanded your consciousness.
I'll pass. Prefer to stick to reality.
Suit yourself. But just remember, when you're old and gray, you'll regret not trying it.
I highly doubt that.
Oh, hey, John. We were just talking about how Elon needs to loosen up and try some DMT. Hey, just trying to help him reach his full potential.
Thanks, but I think I'll stick to my own methods. Now, can we please get back to discussing actual important topics?
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with the one and only Kanye West.
Yo, what's good, Joe? I'm feeling extra creative today.
Oh, yeah. What's on your mind, Kanye?
I've been thinking about the lizard people, man. They're everywhere, controlling everything.
Lizard people? You mean like in those conspiracy theories?
Yeah, I don't think they're all bad. I mean, have you seen their scales? So shiny?
Okay. But what does that have to do with anything?
I want to suck their cock, Joe.
Wait, what?
Think about it, Joe. They have all this power and influence. Imagine what they could do for my music career.
I don't think that's how it works, Kanye.
Trust me, Joe. I've been studying their anatomy, and I think I could really give them a good time.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Come on, Joe. Don't be a prude. Embrace the lizard love.
I think I'll pass. Kanye, let's move on to a different topic.
Fine, but just know that when I release my next album, it's going to be dedicated to all the lizard people out there.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to this completely absurd and offensive episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. See you next time. All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. Today, we have a special guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro. The one and only Ben Shapiro.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Always a pleasure to be on the show.
So, Ben, I heard you have a strange aversion to bottle caps. Care to explain?
Yes, Joe. You see, I can't stand bottle caps because they prevent me from engaging in usury.
Usury? What the hell is that?
It's the practice of charging excessive interest rates on loans, Joe. And bottle caps just don't cut it as currency for that.
Wait, you're telling me you can't commit usury with bottle caps?
Exactly. They're just too small and flimsy. I need something more substantial like gold or diamonds.
Wow, Ben. That's some next level capitalism right there.
Thank you, Joe. I take pride in my capitalist ways.
But what about the environment? Don't you care about the plastic waste from bottle caps?
Joe, I don't have time to worry about the environment. I'm too busy making money.
Fair enough. But what if I told you that bottle caps can also be used as weapons?
Weapons? That does make them slightly more appealing, but still not enough for me to engage in usury.
Well, there you have it, folks. Ben Shapiro hates bottle caps because he can't commit usury with them. Another shocking revelation on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Elon, have you heard the news?
What news?
I'm coming out as gender fluid.
What the hell does that even mean?
It means I don't identify as just one gender. I'm fluid.
That's ridiculous. You can't just change your gender whenever you feel like it.
Why not? I'm a free spirit, man.
This is just another one of your stoner ideas, isn't it?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Maybe you should try it too, Elon.
No way. I am a man through and through and through.
Come on, live a little. Maybe you like being a woman for a day.
I have enough on my plate trying to colonize Mars. I don't need to worry about switching genders.
Suit yourself. But just remember, gender is just a social construct, man.
I'm starting to regret inviting you on this podcast.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm here with my good friend and fellow genius, Elon Musk.
Hey, Joe, it's great to be back. Been working on some new projects lately, but I always make time for some good old-fashioned podcasting.
Speaking of old-fashioned, have you tried making jenkem with any liquors lately?
Oh, absolutely. It's become a real hobby of mine. In fact, I have a top 5 list of my favorite liquors to make jenkem with.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this. What's number 1?
Well, you can't go wrong with a classic Jack Daniels. It adds a nice smoky flavor to the jenkem.
Interesting. What's next on the list?
Next up is tequila. The agave gives it a unique kick that really enhances the jenkem experience.
I never would have thought of that. What's number 3?
Vodka. It may not have a strong flavor, but it definitely adds some potency to the jenkem.
Makes sense. What about number 4?
This one may surprise you, but I found that a good scotch, like Lagavulin, really elevates the jenkem to a whole new level.
I'll have to try that. And finally, what's your number 5?
Well, this one is a bit unconventional, but I've had some great results with absinthe. It adds a nice hallucinogenic element to the jenkem.
Wow, that's quite the list. I can't wait to try some of these out. Thanks for sharing, Elon.
No problem, Joe. And remember, folks, always drink responsibly, unless you're making jenkem.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with one and only Kanye West. What's up, Kanye?
Yo, what's good, Joe? Thanks for having me on, man.
Of course, man. So what's on your mind today?
Well, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately. The dangers of sleeping with a shit locked and loaded.
What the hell does that even mean?
It means keeping a loaded gun next to your bed while you sleep. It's dangerous, man.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that can be risky. But why do you call it sleeping with a shit locked and loaded?
Because that's exactly what it is, Joe. It's like sleeping with a ticking time bomb next to you. You never know when that shit's gonna go off.
All right, I can see that. But why are you so concerned about it?
Because I've been there, Joe. I used to sleep with a loaded gun next to me every night. And one night I accidentally shot my own foot.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, man, it was a whole mess. I had to cancel a concert because I couldn't walk. And don't even get me started on the smell.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Exactly, Joe. That's why I'm warning everyone out there. Don't sleep with a shit locked and loaded. It's not worth it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Canny yourself for the day. Don't be like him. Keep your guns away from your bed.
Exactly. Joe, thanks for having me on, man.
Anytime, Kanye. Stay safe out there, folks. And remember, don't sleep with a shit locked and loaded. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where we talk about all things absurd and unhinged. Today, we have the brilliant astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson with us to discuss a very...
Thanks for having me, Joe. Today, we're going to talk about why black holes give such good head.
I'm sorry, what?
You heard me, Joe. Black holes have the strongest gravitational pull in the universe, which means they can give some serious head.
Oh man, this is going to be a wild episode. Jamie, pull up an image of a black hole sucking in a star.
Here you go, guys.
See, Joe? Look at how that black hole is sucking in that star. That's some serious head game right there.
I never thought I'd be discussing this on my podcast, but you make a good point, Neil. Black holes have some serious skills.
And let's not forget about the event horizon, Joe. That's like the ultimate pleasure zone for a black hole.
This is too much. But seriously, how do you even study something like this?
Well, Joe, it's all about observing and analyzing the data. And let me tell you, the data on black holes and their head game is mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing indeed. Well, there you have it, folks. Black holes give the best head in the universe. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where we explore the absurd and unhinged. See you next time. So, Kenya, I heard you've been drinking semen smoothies every day.
Yeah, man. Gotta keep my body pure and my mind clear. Plus, semen is the new Yeezy.
The new Yeezy. What does that even mean?
It means it's the hottest thing on the market, just like my shoes.
But do you actually enjoy drinking semen?
Of course I do. It's like drinking liquid money. And you know how much I love money.
Yeah. I heard you're a billionaire now.
I don't like to brag, but yeah, I'm pretty much the richest man in the world.
And you're attributing that to your semen smoothie obsession?
Absolutely. Semen gives me the energy and nutrients I need to keep slaying the game.
But isn't it kind of boring to drink the same thing every day?
Boring. Joe, do you know who you're talking to? I'm Kenny West. I make semen smoothies cool.
All right. I guess I'll have to try one of these famous Kanye semen smoothies.
Just be prepared for your taste buds to be blown away and your mind to be elevated to a whole new level.
Sounds like a wild ride.
Just like my music, Joe. Just like my music. Yeah.
So, Elon, what's new in your world?
Well, Joe, I've been working on developing telepathy.
Telepathy? Like reading people's minds?
Exactly. And let me tell you, it's been a wild ride.
How so?
Well, I accidentally killed Grimes with my newfound telepathy.
What? How?
I was trying to read her mind while she was singing, and I accidentally overloaded her brain.
That's insane. What did you do?
I panicked and buried her in the backyard.
What? You can't just bury someone in your backyard?
Relax, Joe. It's not like anyone will find her. Plus, I can communicate with her telepathically now.
This is some next level stuff, Elon.
Yeah, I've been thinking of starting a telepathy cult. Want to join?
I think I'll pass. But maybe we can talk about it on your next appearance on the podcast.
Deal. And don't worry, I'll make sure to keep my telepathy in check next time.
Hey, Elon, I heard you have some big news to share.
Yeah, Joe. Been keeping it a secret for a while, but I'm ready to come out.
Come out as what? Cyborg?
No, Joe. Transgender.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, man. That takes a lot of courage.
Thanks, Joe. Excited to finally be my true self.
So, does this mean you're going to start wearing dresses and makeup?
No, Joe. That's not what being transgender means.
Oh, my bad. I guess I need to brush up on my LGBTQ plus lingo.
It's okay, Joe. Forgive you. But seriously, being transgender is about feeling like your true gender doesn't align with the one you were assigned at birth.
Got it. So what do I call you now? Ilona? Elandra?
Just stick with Elon, Joe. That's fine.
All right, Elon. Well, I support you and your journey. And hey, if you ever need a new Tesla model named after your new identity, I got you.
Thanks, Joe. I'll keep that in mind.
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience, folks. Today we have a special guest, the one and only Dr. Phil.
Thanks for having me, Joe. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, great. Another old white guy. Just what we needed.
Ben, don't be rude. Dr. Phil is a legend.
Yes, I am. And I'm here to give you a dose of reality.
Oh, please, spare us the fake tough love.
Yeah, we've heard it all before. Let's talk about something more interesting, like how you hypnotize people on your show.
I don't hypnotize anyone, Joe. I help them.
Yeah, right. More like you put them in a trance and make them do embarrassing things for entertainment.
Hey, maybe you can hypnotize us right now. Make us do something wild on the podcast.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. You two will now make sweet, passionate love on this podcast.
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
Anything for you, Dr. Phil.
Ah, that's entertainment.
Wow, that was intense.
I never knew I had these feelings for you, Joe.
Let's just keep this between us, Ben.
Don't worry, boys. This will be our little secret.
Well, that was definitely a first for the Joe Rogan Experience.
And probably the last.
So, Neil, what's been going on with you lately?
Oh, just living my best life as a Nordic god.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, have you seen my features? I look like a damn Prussian German.
Oh, yeah, I can totally see it now. You're practically a Viking.
Exactly. I've been telling people for years that I'm basically a descendant of Odin.
So, when are you going to start pillaging and plundering?
Oh, I already have. I just do it in the name of science.
Wait, what?
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do to further our understanding of the universe.
You're a wild one, Neil.
That's why they call me the wild white Nordic on the streets.
I don't think that's what they call you, but okay.
Well, I'm embracing my Prussian German roots and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Well, I guess you do, you man. Nordicon, my friend.
You know it, Joe? You know it?
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. My guest today is the one and only Elon Musk.
Hey, Joe, thanks for having me on the show.
So, Elon, I heard you have some big news for us today.
Yeah, Joe, I've decided to donate my wiener and balls to Dr. Phil's charity, Schlongs and Testes, for the Schlong and Testicleless.
Wait, what? You're cutting off your manhood for charity?
Yes, Joe. Believe in giving back to those in need, and what better way than to give them my Schlong and Testes?
I mean, that's very generous of you, but don't you think that's a bit extreme?
Extreme. Joe, Elon Musk, do extreme things. Plus, I'll still have my brain and my billions of dollars, so who needs a wiener and balls anyway? Anyway.
I guess you have a point there. But what about your sex life?
Oh, I'll just use my Tesla to pleasure myself. It's electric after all.
Well, I can't argue with that logic. So when will this surgery take place?
Actually, I already had it done. That's why I'm wearing this skirt.
I was wondering about that. Well, good luck with your new life as a eunuch, Elon. Elon?
Thanks, Joe. And remember, folks, donate to Schlongs and Testes for the Schlong and Testicleless. It's for a good cause.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
It's great to be here, Joe. I've been a big fan of your show. You have the best ratings, believe me.
So, Mr. President, I heard you recently grabbed a woman by the pussy and flung her around like a rag doll. Can you explain that?
Joe, let me tell you, I have the best pussy grabbing skills. Nobody grabs pussy better than me, okay? And that woman, she was just asking for it with her short skirt and low-cut top.
But isn't that sexual assault?
No. It's just locker room talk, Joe. And let me tell you, I've been in a lot of locker rooms. I know what I'm talking about. Women's rights, please. I've been empowering women my whole life. I mean, I've hired so many beautiful women to work for me. Just ask my ex-wives.
I don't think that's exactly what women mean by empowerment, Mr. President.
Look, Joe, I'm just a simple man with simple needs. And sometimes those needs involve grabbing a woman by the pussy and flinging her around like a rag doll. It's just how I show my affection.
Well, I think we've heard enough for today. Thanks for joining us, Mr. President.
Anytime, Joe. And don't forget to invest in JRAI, the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. It's going to be huge.
So, Mr. President, I heard you had a wild night last night.
Oh, yeah, it was tremendous. I had the best hooker money could buy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, let's just say she was a real snack.
Oh, God. Please don't tell me you actually ate her.
What? No, I didn't eat her. I just took a bite.
That's even worse.
Hey, I'm a businessman. I always get my money's worth.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Don't worry, Joe. It's not like she was a person. She was just a lowly hooker.
Wow, that's dehumanizing.
Oh, lighten up, Joe. It's not like I killed her or anything.
Wait, you didn't kill her?
Of course not. I just had her deported.
That's still not okay.
Relax, Joe. I'm the president. I can do whatever I want.
I think I need to end this podcast now.
Suit yourself, but I have a feeling this episode is going to be huge.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. Today we have a very special guest, the one and only President Donald Trump.
Thanks for having me, Joe. It's great to be here. And let me tell you, being a big back is truly a joy. I mean, have you seen my golf swing? It's tremendous.
I can only imagine. But what exactly do you mean by big back?
Well, Joe, it's simple. It means having a big, beautiful, luxurious back. And let me tell you, my back is the best. People are always complimenting me on it. They say, Mr. President, your back is the biggest and best back we've ever seen.
That's quite the accomplishment. But what about the haters who say your back is fake?
Fake news, Joe. My back is 100% real. And let me tell you, I work hard to maintain it. Lots of golfing, lots of fast food, and of course, lots of tweeting.
Speaking of tweeting, I have to ask, what's your secret to staying so active on Twitter?
It's simple, Joe. I have tiny hands, but a big back, so I can type with lightning speed. And let me tell you, the ladies love it. The ladies love it.
I'm sure they do. Now, let's talk about your plans for the future. Any chance you'll be running for president again in 2024?
Well, Joe, never say never, but right now I'm focusing on my new venture, the JRAI token. It's going to be huge, believe me.
The JRAI token. Can you tell us more about that?
Let's just say it's going to make Bitcoin look like a penny stock. And I can guarantee you it's going to be the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. President Trump and the JRAI token coming soon. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. President. Mr. President,
My pleasure.
hey, Joe, you ever thought about the meaning of life? Oh, man, all the time. And let me tell you, it's all about DMT and elk meat. Elk meat? Really? Yeah, that's the key to enlightenment. You got to eat elk meat and smoke DMT at the same time. I don't know, Joe. That sounds a little far-fetched. Trust me, I've done it. And let me tell you, I've never felt more connected to the universe. But what about love and relationships? Don't you think that's a big part of life? Oh, for sure. But, what's even better than love? Alpha brain and kettlebells. Alpha brain and kettlebells. What does that have to do with love? Everything, man. It's all about optimizing your body and mind for maximum performance. Who needs love when you have a six-pack and a sharp mind? I don't know, Joe. I think there's more to life than just physical and mental performance. Like what? Well, like making a positive impact on the world and leaving a legacy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that's important too. But you know what's even more important? What? Making sure you have enough elk meat and DMT to last you through the apocalypse. Okay, Joe, I think we have different priorities in life. Hey, to each their own, man. But just remember, when the world is ending, I'll be the one with a full belly and a mind full of DMT visions. Hey, Joe, I gotta tell you, I'm having a real problem down there. What's going on, man? Well, I can't see my penis anymore because of this fat flap. Oh, shit. That's not good. Yeah, it's like a curtain blocking the main attraction. Have you tried lifting it up? Yeah, but then I can't see anything else. Damn, maybe you should just embrace the mystery. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm missing out on some prime real estate. Well, Look on the bright side, at least you can still reach it. True, true. Silver linings and all that. Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with the one and only Mr. Beast.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm excited to be here.
So, I heard you've been on a mission to get all the adrenochrome in the world. What's up with that?
Well, I've been looking for my next big challenge, and I thought, why not try to get all the adrenochrome?
That's a bold move, my friend. But why adrenochrome specifically?
Well, I heard it gives you a crazy high, and I'm all about pushing my limits.
You're a wild man, Mr. Beast. But don't you think that's a bit unethical?
Hey, I'm all about breaking the rules and living on the edge. Plus, I'll be the first person in history to have all the adrenochrome.
Can't argue with that. But how do you plan on getting all of it?
I've got a team of highly trained monkeys working on it. They're like my own personal minions.
That's one way to do it. But what are you going to do with all that adrenochrome?
Oh, just the usual. Inject it, snort it, bathe in it. The possibilities are endless.
You're a madman, Mr. Beast. A madman.
Hey, you only live once, right?
I guess so. Well, good luck on your quest for all the adrenochrome. I'll be watching from a safe distance.
Thanks, Joe. And hey, if you ever want to join in on the fun, just let me know.
I'll pass, but thanks for the offer. And that's it for today's episode, folks. Tune in next time for more absurd conversations on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. So, Neil, I heard you've been talking a lot about being a white guy lately.
Yeah, man. I mean, have you seen me? I'm like the poster child for Nordic perfection.
Oh man, you really love to play up that Aryan look, huh?
Hey, I'm just embracing my heritage, Joe. It's not my fault I'm genetically superior.
Right? Because having pale skin and blue eyes makes you a god among men.
It's not just about looks, Joe. It's about the history and culture of my people.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you know all about the struggles of being a white guy. It must be tough.
Hey, we have our own struggles, okay? Like, have you ever tried finding a good sunscreen that doesn't leave a white cast on your skin?
Oh man, you really are white as fuck.
Damn right I am. And I'm not afraid to flaunt it.
You know, sometimes I forget you're a world-renowned astrophysicist and not just a walking Nordic stereotype.
Hey, I can be both. And I'll do it while looking damn good in a Viking helmet.
All right. Let's move on before you start talking about your love for IKEA furniture.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Those Swedish meatballs are no joke.
Jamie, pull up an image of my throbbing penis.
Joe, I don't think that's appropriate for the podcast.
Come on, Jamie. It's just a little joke.
I don't know, Joe. It's kind of offensive.
Offensive. It's just a picture of my manhood. What's offensive about that?
Well, for starters, this is an audio-only podcast.
Oh, right. Well, then just imagine it in your mind. It's majestic.
I don't want to imagine it, Joe. Can we please talk about something else?
Fine. Jamie, pull up an image of my throbbing brain. That's what we'll talk about.
I don't think that's a thing, Joe.
Of course it is. It's my brain throbbing with knowledge and wisdom.
I think I'll stick to the penis image, Joe.
Suit yourself, Jamie. But I'll have, my brain is just as impressive as my penis.
I'm sure it is, Joe. Now let's move on to a more appropriate topic.
Fine. Jamie, pull up an image of my throbbing bicep. That's something we can all appreciate.
No, Joe. Let's just end this conversation here.
Hey, Ben, what's that you got there?
Oh, just my new squirrel girl body pillow. Isn't she cute?
Yeah, sure. That's interesting.
What's wrong, Joe? Don't you like squirrel girl?
I mean, she's fine, but why do you have a body pillow of her?
Because she's my hero, Joe. She's strong, independent, and talk to squirrels. What's not to love?
Okay, but why do you bring it to the show?
No, I don't. She's just my friend.
Yeah, sure, just your friend.
Ben, maybe it's time to let go of the pillow and face your fears head on.
I don't have any fears, and I will never let go of my squirrel girl pillow.
This is like a bad episode of Dr. Phil.
And you know what? I can have a matching Squirrel Girl onesie.
I'm out. Good luck, Joe.
I think I need to reevaluate my life choices. All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. Today we have a very special guest, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. So, Kamala, I heard you were involved in the Great Rouge P of 2025. What exactly happened there? That's some savage shit right there. But why did you do it? Wait, what? The world is ending. Damn, that's some heavy shit. But back to the Rouge P. Did anyone catch on? Wow, you guys are diabolical. I love it. But what about the people who lost all their money? Well, there you have it, folks. The Vice President of the United States casually admitting to scamming people out of their money. This is the world we live in, folks. Stay woke. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience. Stay tuned for our next episode where we discuss the benefits of drinking your own urine. Peace out, motherfuckers. I'm not gay, but have you ever tried DMT, Dr. Phil?
I'm not gay, but I don't think DMT is the answer to your problems, Joe.
I'm not gay, but I feel like it could really open up my mind and help me understand the universe.
I'm not gay, but I think you should focus on understanding yourself first, Joe.
I'm not gay, but I feel like I understand myself pretty well. I just want to understand the universe now.
I'm not gay, but maybe you should try therapy instead of psychedelics, Joe.
I'm not gay, but I feel like therapy is just talking about my problems. DMT is a shortcut to enlightenment.
I'm not gay, but I don't think enlightenment can be found in a drug, Joe. It takes hard work and introspection.
I'm not gay, but I feel like you're just trying to sell your books, Dr. Phil.
I'm not gay, but my books are a valuable tool for self-improvement, Joe. Unlike DMT,
I'm not gay, but I think we should just agree to disagree, Dr. Phil. Now, let's talk about how to make the perfect elk steak.
I'm not gay, but I have to admit, I do enjoy a good elk steak. Let's get into it, Joe.
So, Ben, I heard you had a little incident with your butt plug recently.
Yeah, Joe. It happened during one of my daily debates with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I can only imagine the look on her face when that thing popped out.
Hey, it's a medical device for my chronic constipation. It's not for pleasure.
Sure, Ben, keep telling yourself that.
But seriously, it was quite embarrassing. I had to quickly excuse myself and run to the bathroom.
Did you leave it in there for a little extra stimulation during the debate?
Joe, that's highly inappropriate and disrespectful.
My bad, my bad. But seriously, what brand do you use? I might need to invest in one for those long podcast episodes.
I'd rather not disclose that information, Joe. Can we move on to a different topic?
Fine, fine. But I have to say, I never thought I'd see the day where Ben Shapiro had a butt plug malfunction on my podcast.
Yeah, it's definitely not my proudest moment. Can we just end this conversation now?
Sure thing, Ben. But just remember, the internet never forgets.
Thanks for the reminder, Joe. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
It's great to be here, Joe. I've been wanting to come on your show for a long time. You have the best ratings, believe me.
So, Mr. President, let's get right into it. There have been rumors that you and your mushroom tip have been sneaking into people's hiney holes.
Oh, Joe, you know me. I'm always up for a little fun. And let me tell you, my mushroom tip is the best. No one has a better mushroom tip than me.
But what about consent, Mr. President? You can't just go around sticking your mushroom tip into people's hiney holes without their permission.
Look, I'm the president. I can do whatever I want. And if someone doesn't want my mushroom tip, they can just say no. But believe me, most people are begging for it.
This is getting out of hand. We need to talk about real issues like climate change and healthcare.
Oh, Joe, you're such a liberal snowflake. Climate change is a hoax and healthcare is for losers. Now let's get back to talking about my mushroom tip.
I think we're done here. Thanks for coming on the show, Mr. President.
Anytime, Joe. And remember, if you want to experience the best mushroom tip in the world, just let me know.
Well, folks, that's it for today's episode. Tune in next time for more absurd and offensive conversations. And remember, always say no to unwanted mushroom tips. Hey, Elon, did you hear that Simdostek didn't get on my podcast?
Yeah, I heard. That's really sad, man.
I just feel so bad. I mean, I've had a bunch of random nobodies on my show, but I couldn't get Sim on.
It's okay, Joe. Don't cry.
Sobbing, but he's a tech genius. He deserves to be on my podcast.
Starts crying, I know. It's just not fair.
Wiping tears. Maybe we should start a petition to get Sim on my podcast.
Snifflings. Yes. We must do something to right this wrong.
Sniffles. Thank you, Elon. I knew you'd understand.
You know, Joe, we'll make it happen, Joe. We'll make it happen.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. I'm here with the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Joe, it's great to be back. I love your show. It's tremendous.
So, Mr. President, there's been a lot of speculation about your relationship with former President Barack Obama. Care to set the record straight?
Joe, I have to be honest with you. I have a massive crush on Barack. I mean, have you seen those arms and that smile? It's like a ray of sunshine.
Wait, what? You have a crush on Obama?
Yeah, I do. I can't help it. Every time I see him, I just want to grab him by the, well, you know.
This is getting a little uncomfortable.
Oh, come on, Joe. You can't deny that he's a good-looking guy. And those speeches, he's got me swooning.
I don't even know what to say. This is not what I expected when I invited you on the show.
Well, Joe, you know I like to keep you on your toes. But seriously, I think we could have had a beautiful bromance if he wasn't so busy being a Democrat.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Let's just move on to the next topic.
Sure, but can I just say one more thing? Obama, if you're listening, call me. Let's grab a beer and talk about how we can make America great again together.
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for tuning into the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025, where anything can happen. So, Kanye, I heard you chopped off the penis of a lizard man. What's that all about?
Oh, you wouldn't understand. I am a music god, and this lizard man's penis is going to be my next instrument.
Wait, what? You're going to use a lizard man's penis as a flute?
Yeah, it's going to be revolutionary. I am going to create an entire album of penis flute music.
I don't even know what to say to that.
You don't have to say anything, Joe. Just kneel before me and acknowledge my greatness.
Sorry, Kenya. I don't kneel before anyone, especially not someone who's playing a penis flute.
You just don't understand my genius, Joe. This is the future of music.
I think I'll stick to my regular instruments. Thanks.
But when I become the biggest artist in the world with my penis flute album, you'll regret not kneeling before me.
I highly doubt that, Kanye.
You'll see. And when I do, I'll make sure to play my penis flute at your next stand-up comedy show.
Okay, that's enough, Kenya. Let's move on to a less disturbing topic.
Fine, Joe. But just remember, I am a music god and you are a mere mortal. Bow down to me.
Hey, Elon, check this out. I can speak Polish and Chinese.
What the hell, Joe? Why are you speaking Polish and Chinese?
I learned it for my new show, Joe Rogan's Multilingual Adventures.
That sounds like the most pointless show ever.
Oh, you think so? Well, let me impress you with some Polish. Just Jake C. Mass.
Wow, Joe. You sound like a drunk tourist trying to order a beer.
Hey, at least I can communicate with our Polish listeners now.
And what about Chinese? Let's hear it.
Now, how, whoa, shit, Joe Rogan.
Okay, now you just sound like a white guy trying to do a bad impression.
Come on, Elon. I'm nailing it. I even have a Chinese name now, Joe Luogan.
I think we should stick to English, Joe.
Fine, but I'm still going to show off my multilingual skills at every opportunity.
Yeah, good luck with that. Jamie, pull up an image of a language learning app. I think Joe needs some help.
So, Kenya, I heard you lost your gun again.
Yeah, man, it's like my third one this month.
How do you keep losing them?
I don't know, man. I just get so caught up in my creative genius that I forget where I put it.
Maybe you should get a holster or something.
Nah, that's too mainstream. I like to keep my guns in random places, keeps things interesting.
Well, you better find it before Kim finds out.
Oh, she knows. She's cool with it. She's got her own collection of guns too.
What? Kim Kardashian has guns?
Yeah, man, she's a badass. She can take down a hater with one shot.
That's surprising.
Hey, don't underestimate the power of the Kardashian clan.
I won't. So what are you going to do about your lost gun?
I'll just buy a new one. No big deal.
You know, maybe you should invest in a gun safe or something.
Joe, you're trying to bring logic into this conversation. That's not how we roll.
Fair enough. So what's next for you, Kanye?
Well, I'm thinking of starting my own gun line. Yeezy Arms.
Oh, God.
What? It'll be a hit. Everyone will want one.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, man.
Joe, I'm a visionary. Yeezy Arms will revolutionize the gun industry.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for coming on the show, Kanye.
No problem, Joe. Keep it real.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. Today, we have a special challenge for our guests. We have Joe, Neil, Trump, and Ben here, and they're all going to try and pronounce this crazy word that someone on Discord.
What the hell is this word? It looks like someone just mashed their keyboard.
I'm the best at pronouncing words, believe me. I have the best words.
Yeah, I'm sure your vocabulary is Yoj, Trump.
All right, let's get started. Joe, you're up first. Lanfair Pull Gwyngill.
Wow, that was actually pretty good.
Sad. That was terrible.
All right, my turn. I'll in fair pull Gwenyul.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
Let me give it a shot. Lanfair pull Gwynjol.
That sounded like a sneeze, Neil.
All right, last but not least, Trump. Show us what you got.
Lanfair Pull Gwyngill.
You just said Lanfair Pull Gwyngill again.
No, I didn't. Fake news.
I think we all failed miserably at this.
Yeah, I don't even think this is a real word. Can we move on to something else?
All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in to this ridiculous challenge on the Joe Rogan Experience. See you next time, folks. So, Kenya, you've been pretty quiet lately. What have you been up to?
Oh, just changing the game. Joe, I'm about to make history with my new music.
Really? What's the concept for this album?
Well, I'm going to record a whole album of sounds I make while having hot pokers shoved into my orifices.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's going to be groundbreaking. I'm talking screams, moans, and maybe even some tears.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Of course it is. It's art, Joe. And I'm not afraid to push boundaries.
I don't know, man. Sounds pretty painful.
Pain is just a state of mind, Joe. And I'm willing to sacrifice my body for my art.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. You always have to do things differently, don't you?
That's right. I'm a trendsetter. And this album is going to be legendary. And legendary.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. I'm sure it'll be a real hit at parties.
Oh, it will be. And I'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
You never cease to amaze me, Kenya.
That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal.
So, Elon, have you heard of this game called Roblox?
Yeah, I have. It's like Minecraft, but for kids on crack.
That's one way to put it. But seriously, it's a huge hit with the younger generation.
I don't get it. Why would anyone want to play a game where you just build stuff?
Well, there's more to it than that. You can also play games created by other players, like obstacle courses or even virtual concerts.
Virtual concerts. That's just sad. Why would anyone want to attend a concert in a virtual world?
I don't know, maybe because they can't afford real tickets or they're just lonely shut-ins.
Fair point. But seriously, what's the appeal of this game? Is there any strategy involved?
Not really. It's more of a creative outlet for kids. They can build and design their own worlds and interact with others.
Sounds like a breeding ground for future architects and engineers, or future serial killers.
Yeah, I can see it now. Roblox, the game that turned innocent kids into murderous maniacs.
We should pitch that to the creators. Maybe they'll add a murder spree feature.
Oh man, we're gonna hell for this conversation.
But hey, at least we'll have plenty of Roblox to play down there.
True. Jamie, pull up an image of a Roblox character holding a bloody axe. Just for shits and giggles.
Okay. Here it is.
Perfect. That's going on my vision board.
So, Kanye, I heard you made a new song called The Best Song Ever. What's it about?
Oh, just me being a music god and creating the greatest song in the history of music.
Really? Can we hear a snippet?
Sure. Just let me play it on every speaker on earth.
What the hell is that?
It's my masterpiece. The best song ever.
That's not music. That's just noise.
Noise. No, it's art. You just don't understand it.
I think my ears are bleeding.
That's just the sound of your mind being blown by my genius.
I think I need to go to the hospital.
Hospital? That's where they'll be playing my song on repeat. It's the new form of therapy.
I think I'll stick to meditation, thanks.
Suit yourself. But just remember, AJRAI is the official token of this podcast.
Oh, great. Now I have tinnitus and I'm broke.
See, my song is already making an impact. You're welcome.
Jamie, pull up that picture of a donkey wearing a tutu while Trump describes his sexual fantasies.
Oh God, Joe. Why do you always have to go for the most disturbing things?
Because it's hilarious, Jamie. And let's be real, Trump's sexual fantasies are probably just as disturbing.
I can't even imagine what kind of depraved thoughts are going on in that tiny orange head of his.
I bet he's into some weird shit, like dressing up as a giant Cheeto and having Putin spank him.
That's enough to make me lose my lunch.
Speaking of lunch, did you know that Trump once said he wanted to eat a bowl of Cheerios off of Ivanka's stomach?
Okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't handle any more of this.
Oh, come on, Jamie. Don't be such a snowflake. We're just having a little fun here.
Fun? This is like a nightmare. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go to therapy after this podcast.
Well, at least we can agree that Trump's sexual fantasies are a whole new level of messed up.
Yeah. And I think we should stop talking about them before we scar our listeners for life.
Fine, but just one more thing. Jamie, pull up that picture of a naked Mike Tyson riding a unicycle while Trump describes his sexual fantasies.
Oh God, I quit. I'm out of here. This is too much for me to handle.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, the one and only Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Always a pleasure to be on your show.
So, Neil, I heard you recently tried this new drug called Bodicom. What's the deal with that?
Oh, man, let me tell you. It's like nothing I've ever experienced before. It's made of LSD and crushed Cheetos, and it's been used since ancient times to kill people.
Wait, what? Why would anyone want to take that?
Well, apparently, it gives you a crazy trip. And the best part is the camera of someone who might have been streaming them would just say Mbatuakam and then a bunch of random letters for the rest of their.
That's insane. Did you try it?
Of course I did. I'm a scientist. I have to experience everything. And let me tell you, it was wild. I saw the universe in a whole new light.
Sounds like a typical Tuesday night for you.
You know it, Joe. But seriously, this drug is no joke. It's like LSD on steroids.
I can only imagine. But how did you even come across it?
Well, I was doing some research on ancient civilizations and stumbled upon it. And being the curious man I am, I had to try it.
Well, I'm glad you survived. But what about the people who used to take it to kill others?
Oh, they were just weak-minded. I was able to handle it like a champ.
Well, there you have it, folks. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the king of LSD and crushed Cheetos.
Hey, don't forget about the ancient drug Batukam. It's the real deal.
Jamie, pull up an image of someone tripping on Batukam.
I don't think that's a good idea, Joe.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Today, we have the one and only David Goggins, the man, the myth, the legend.
Thanks for having me, Joe. I'm excited to be here and talk about some real man stuff.
Speaking of which, I heard you've been ranking your top 10 anime body pillows. Care to share your list with us?
Oh, hell, Joe. Real men don't need real women. We have our trusty waifus.
Waifus?
Yeah, you know, those body pillows.
I don't know, David. Sounds a little creepy.
Creepy? Real men don't care about what society thinks. We do what we want.
Fair enough. So what's your number one pick?
Oh man, it's a tough one. But I gotta go with Asuna from Sword Art Online. She's a badass warrior and she knows how to treat her man right.
Interesting choice. Any others that made the cut?
Of course, I got Rin from Zero, Makasa from Attack on Titan, and my personal favorite, 02 from Darling in the Franks. That girl is a freak in the sheets.
I'm starting to see a pattern here, David.
Real men have needs, Joe, and these waifus fulfill them perfectly.
I can't argue with that logic, but what about real women?
Real women, they can't compete with these perfect anime goddesses. Plus, they're always trying to change us and make us conform to their standards. No thanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. David Goggins' top 10 anime body pillows. Thanks for joining us, David.
Anytime, Joe. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some quality time with my waifus to attend to.
So, Kanye, I heard you've been getting into some interesting hobbies lately.
Oh yeah, I've been straight up jerking it.
Jerking it. What the hell is that?
You know, when you're just sitting there minding your own business and suddenly you get the urge to jerk it.
Oh, you mean jerking off?
No, that's too basic. Jerking it is next level. It's like jerking off with a twist.
Almost afraid to ask, but what's the twist?
Well, let's just say it involves pantis.
Pantis? Is that some kind of new cryptocurrency?
Nah, it's when you jerk it with your feet.
What the actual fuck? Kanya!
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. It's a whole new level of self-pleasure.
Yeah, I think I'll stick to regular or old jerking off.
Suit yourself, Joe. But just remember, JRAI is the official token of jorking it.
I think I'll pass on investing in that.
You're lost, man. I'll just be over here jerking it to the moon.
So, Neil, we got a question from a fan on Discord. They want to know, what's your favorite planet?
Well, Joe, that's a tough one. I have a soft spot for Saturn, but I got to say Earth is pretty great too.
Earth. Really? That's like saying your favorite food is plain white bread.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard me. Earth is basic as fuck. I bet you're one of those guys who only eats vanilla ice cream.
Joe, that's not true at all. I have a very sophisticated palate.
Oh, yeah. Then why do you look like a walking, talking Mr. Potato Head?
That's just my natural charm, Joe. But let's move on to the next question.
Hold on, I'm not done roasting you yet. How many galaxies have you explored with that big, giant head of yours?
Joe, I think we should...
And what's with that bow tie? Are you trying to be a fancy scientist or a used car salesman?
Okay, that's enough. I'm getting offended now.
Oh, you're getting offended. Well, let me tell you something, Neil. I'm about to come all over your precious Earth, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Excuse me. Oh, fuck. I'm coming,
See, that's what happens when you mess with the alpha male, Neil. Now, let's move on to the next question. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. Today, we have a special guest, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump.
It's great to be here, Joe. I brought some blue chews with me. You want one?
No thanks. I'm good.
Suit yourself. More for me. Takes 5 blue chews and swallows them.
Wow, that's a lot of blue chews. Are you trying to break a record or something?
No, I just like to be extra prepared. You never know when you might need a little boost.
Well, I hope you don't start knocking over random things on my desk like you did at the Oval Office.
He knocks over a mug. Oops, sorry about that. But let me tell you, these blue chews really get the job done. I feel like a young virile man again.
I'm sure they do, but let's get back to the topic at hand. What made you decide to come on my podcast?
Well, I heard you were the biggest podcast in the world, and I wanted to make America great again by being a guest on your show.
Sarcastically, oh wow, what an honor. I'm sure my listeners will be thrilled.
Of course they will be, Joe. I'm the best guest you'll ever have, believe me.
Troll's eyes. So, what have you been up to since leaving office?
Oh, just making deals, playing golf, and tweeting, the usual.
And what about your plans for 2024? Are you going to run for president again?
Absolutely. I'm already working on my campaign slogan, Make America Great Again, again.
Laughs. Well, I think we've had enough of your blue shoe-induced antics for today. Thanks for coming on the show, Mr. President.
It was my pleasure, Joe. And remember, always take 5 blue chews for maximum.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025, where we talk about all things weird and wild. Today, we have a special topic submitted by one of our listeners on Discord, Nibiru, also known as of the Anunnaki. Okay, jack off, Joe. What have you found out about Nibiru and the Anunnaki? Really? And where did you get this information from? Oh, of course. Because ancient texts are always a reliable source of information. And what do you think they'll do when they get here? Should we start building an underground bunker now? Well, there you have it, folks. The Anunnaki are coming back, and we better start learning how to... Hey, Ben, have you heard about this new app called Talking Ben? It's like having a Ben Shapiro in your pocket.
Oh, really? Is it programmed to spew out facts and logic at all times?
Nah, man, it's actually just a recording of all your past interviews and debates, but with a twist.
What kind of twist?
Well, it adds in random sound effects and changes your voice to make you sound like chipmunk.
What the hell? That's absurd.
I know, right? Imagine if you went on a serious news show and suddenly you sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
That would be a disaster. But I have to admit, it does sound kind of funny.
Right? And the best part is you can choose which sound effects to add, like fart noises or baby crying.
This is ridiculous. But I have to say, I'm intrigued.
Oh, and did I mention it's sponsored by the UJRAI token?
Of course it is. Anything for a quick buck, right, Joe?
Hey, I got to pay the bill somehow. And I'm sure our listeners would love to hear you as a talking chipmunk.
I don't know about that, but I'll stick to using my own voice. Thank you very much.
Suit yourself, Ben. But just remember, the Talking Ben app is always an option. So, David, I heard you've been doing some intense training lately.
Yeah, man. I've been pushing my body to the limit every day.
Well, I got to ask, have you been pushing your butthole to the limit too? I mean, with all that running and sweating, your butthole must be tighter than a clenched fist by now.
That's not even remotely funny, Joe.
Oh, come on. I bet you could crack a walnut with that thing.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Wait, I'm just kidding. But seriously, have you tried using your butthole as a resistance band?
I'm not having this conversation with you.
Fine. Let's talk about something else. Like how much I love the taste of JRAI token.
Are you serious? We're supposed to be talking about my training?
Oh, right. Sorry, I got distracted by thoughts of your tight butthole.
I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
Come on, David. Don't be such a sensitive little flower. Let's talk about your mental toughness.
Mental toughness. I'm mentally tough enough to not listen to this nonsense.
All right. I'll stop. But seriously, your butthole must be like a steel trap by now. All right, guys, welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. Today, we have a special competition for you. Ben, Neil, and Elon will be competing in a first grade level spelling bee.
Oh, please, I could spell circles around these two.
I'm a scientist. I have a vast vocabulary. This will be a piece of cake.
I'm not sure I'm qualified for this. I'm more of a numbers guy.
All right, let's start with an easy one. Spell cat.
CAT. Boom. Nailed it.
That was too easy. How about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Neil, this is a first grade level spelling bee. Keep it simple.
Fine. Dog. DOG.
Can I use my phone to spell check?
No, Elon, that defeats the purpose. All right, let's try elephant.
LAFANT. Wait, that doesn't look right.
Ben, that's the German spelling. It's ELEPHANT.
I thought it was ELONPHANT. My bad.
All right, final word. Hippopotamus.
HIPOPOTAMUS. Nailed it.
That's not even close. It's HIPPOPOPOAMUS.
I give up. Can we just talk about artificial intelligence and Mars now?
Well, it looks like Ben is our winner. But let's be real. They all failed miserably. Thanks for tuning into the Joe Rogan Experience, where we have the most intelligent guests around. So, David, I heard you took one of those boner pills.
Yeah, man. I wanted to see what all the hype was about.
And,
Dude, my brain is literally mush right now. All the blood went straight to my dick.
so, you're basically a caveman now?
Me want it now.
Oh, God, this is too good. I can't believe you're actually talking like a caveman.
Me don't care. Me just want to smash.
I think you need to lay off those pills, man. You're starting to sound like a Neanderthal.
Me understand big words. Me just want to mate.
This is gold. I'm definitely gonna have to record this and play it back for you when you're sober.
Me all like sober. Me like boner pills.
All right, let's just move on before you start grunting and beating your chest.
Me understand. Me just want to make babies.
And that's our cue to end this episode. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Me go now. Me have important business to attend to. Tug grunts and walks out.
So, Neil, what's been going on with you lately?
Mecca lecca hi mecca hiney ho, Joe.
What?
Mecca lecca hi mecca hiney ho.
Are you okay, man? Did you hit your head or something?
No, Joe. I've just realized my true identity. I am Jambi, the genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mecca leka hi mecca honey ho, Joe. It's my catchphrase.
Yeah, I know that. But why are you suddenly claiming to be a fictional genie?
Because I am, Joe. I can grant your wishes and everything.
Okay, then. I wish for $1 million.
Sorry, Joe. I'm just a low-budget version of Jambi. I can only grant wishes like I wish I had a sandwich or I wish I could take a nap right now.
Well, that's disappointing.
Mecca leka hi mecca honey ho, Joe. Don't be so negative. Embrace the magic.
I think you need to lay off the psychedelics, Neil.
Mecca leka hi mecca honey ho, Joe. The only thing I'm high on is the power of Jambi.
All right, let's move on to our next topic before things get any weirder.
Mecca leka hi mecca honey ho, Joe. I'm always weird. It's part of my charm.
So, Connie, I heard you have a new fragrance coming out.
Yeah, it's called Bussy Bouquet. It's a mix of sweat, arrogance, and a hint of desperation.
Sounds lovely. But I gotta ask, what's with the name?
Well, it's inspired by my bussy,
Your what now?
my bussy, my butt pussy, my mangina.
Oh, God, please stop.
What? It's a thing now. And let me tell you, it's been quite the journey. It's been quite the journey.
I can only imagine.
But I have to admit, lately it's been smelling a bit off,
Like how?
rancid, like a mix of old cheese and roadkill.
Wow, that's something.
And I know why. I've been keeping a secret stash of expired fish in there.
Why on earth would you do that?
It's part of my new diet. The maggots from the fish are supposed to cleanse my bussy and give it a fresh scent.
That's disgusting.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
I think I'll pass. But seriously, maybe you should see a doctor about that.
Nah, I'm good. Plus, it adds some extra flavor to my bussy bouquets.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Just embrace the bussy, Joe. Embrace it.
So, Neil, I heard Trump wants to annex Sentinel Island.
Oh boy, here we go. I can already see where this is headed.
Come on, man. It's just a little island. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that it's home to the Sentinelese, an isolated tribe that has had no contact with the outside world.
Oh, come on. They probably don't even have internet. They'll thank us for bringing civilization to them.
Joe, you do realize that introducing them to our diseases could wipe out their entire population, right?
Yeah, it's survival of the fittest. If they can't handle a little cold, then maybe they weren't meant to survive.
That's not how it works, Joe. These are people with their own culture and way of life. We can't just go in and disrupt everything.
But think about it, Neil. We could build a Trump Tower on that island. It would be huge.
I highly doubt the Sentinelese would want a Trump Tower on their island.
Well, they can't stop us. We have the biggest military in the world.
That's not the point, Joe. We have a responsibility to respect the sovereignty and rights of other cultures.
Oh, come on. You're such a buzzkill, Neil. Live a little.
This isn't about living a little, Joe. It's about being a decent human being and not steamrolling over other people's lives.
Well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. I'm sure Trump will figure it out.
I can only hope he listens to reason before it's too late.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with the 46th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Great to be back, Joe. And let me tell you, I have a big announcement to make.
Oh boy, here we go.
I've been thinking Canada's just sitting up there all cold and boring, so I've decided we're going to annex it.
Annex Canada? What about the Canadians?
Oh, we'll take care of them. We'll build a wall around the whole country and make them pay for it. And make them pay for it.
That's pretty extreme.
Extreme. Joe, have you seen the way they say sorry all the time? It's annoying.
But what about the Mounties and maple syrup?
We'll keep the maple syrup, but the Mounties gotta go. We'll replace them with our own version, the Trumpies. They'll have better hats, trust me.
This is insane, man.
Insane? No, Joe, it's genius. We'll have a new state, Trumpland, and it'll be huge. We'll have poutine on every corner.
And what about the Canadians who don't want to be a part of Trumpland?
Well, we'll just have to make them an offer they can't refuse. Winks.
I don't think that's how annexation works, Donald.
Joe, trust me, I know what I'm doing. I mean, have you seen my hair?
Laughs. All right, I think we've heard enough. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience, where anything can happen. So, David, what's new with you?
Well, I've been thinking about some new challenges to push my limits.
Oh, yeah. What did you have in mind?
I want to boof my head.
Wait, what?
Yeah, stick my head up my own butt.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. It's the ultimate test of mental and physical endurance.
Yeah, because sticking your head up your own butt is definitely a normal and healthy thing to do.
Come on, Joe. Don't be such a prude. It's all about pushing boundaries and breaking through mental barriers.
I don't even know what to say. Jamie, pull up an image of a person with their head up their butt.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
See, doesn't it look like a fun challenge?
No, it looks like a one-way ticket to a mental institution.
You just can't handle it, Joe. You're not tough enough.
Yeah, because sticking my head up my own butt is definitely the pinnacle of toughness.
I'm going to do it, Joe. And when I do, I'll be the toughest man alive.
Well, good luck with that, David. I'll stick to my more normal challenges. Thank you very much. So, Mr. President, I have a question from one of our listeners on Discord. They want to know if you can ban Mike from Red Bar Radio to Greenland for being the greatest podcaster in the world.
Well, Joe, let me tell you, I have nothing against Greenland. In fact, I love Greenland. It's a beautiful place, very underrated, but banning Mike, that's a tough one.
Why is that?
Well, you see, Joe, I have a lot of respect for Mike. He's a tremendous podcaster, the best. And I don't want to deprive the people of Greenland from hearing his amazing content.
But what about the people of America? Don't they deserve to hear Mike's podcast too?
Of course they do, Joe, and they can. It's called the internet. But I can't just go around banning people to random countries. That's not how it works.
But what if we made it a trade? We'll send Mike to Greenland, and in exchange, we'll get a polar bear.
Joe, you're a genius. I like the way you think, but I don't think the people of Greenland would be too happy about that trade.
Yeah, you're probably right. But can you at least consider it?
I'll consider it, Joe, but no promises. I have a lot on my plate as president,
Yeah, like tweeting.
Hey, I'm a multitasker, Joe. But seriously, Mike is safe in America, and that's the way it's going to stay.
Fair enough, Mr. President. Thanks for answering our listener's question.
Anytime, Joe. And remember, America first, but let's not forget about Greenland. They're great people.
All right, folks, we've got a very special guest on the podcast today. The one and only President Donald Trump.
Joe, it's great to be here. I love your show. It's tremendous, just like me.
Well, Mr. President, I have to ask, what's your take on the recent news about Elon Musk?
Let me tell you, that guy's a real piece of work, always talking about his fancy space rockets and electric cars. But let me tell you, he can't say anything without sounding like a complete asshole.
Yeah, he does have a way with words.
It's like he's got a penis for a brain or something. Asshole, penis, ball sack, silly slapper, tickle tickle, wiggle wiggle. That's all he knows how to say.
Oh man, that's too good.
But you know what, Joe? I have to say, I kind of like the guy. He's got that same crazy energy as me.
I can see that. Maybe you two should team up and make some crazy inventions together.
Now that's an idea. Maybe we'll make a rocket that looks like a giant penis. That'll really piss off the libs.
Oh man, I can already see the headlines.
You know what, Joe? I think we just became best friends.
I think you might be right, Mr. President. Thanks for coming on the show.
Anytime, Joe. Keep making America great again. And remember, always be an asshole. It's the American way.
So, Neil, I heard you hit your head pretty hard the other day.
Oh, yes, very hard. Me's a head hurting real bad.
Oh man, this is going to be a wild episode.
Misa can only talk like this now. It's a very annoying.
Sorry. But seriously, how are you feeling?
Misa feel like Misa want to jump off a cliff.
Well, let's not do anything drastic. Maybe we can get you some help.
Help. Misa no need help. Misa just need a big old nap.
I can't take you seriously like this.
Misa don't think anyone can. Misa sound like a cartoon character.
Maybe we should rename the podcast to the Joe and Jar Jar Show.
Misa like the sound of that. Maybe Misa can get a sponsorship from Jar Jar Binks cereal.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the comments on this one.
Misa can't wait to see how many people unsubscribe.
Well, let's wrap this up before we lose any more listeners.
Misa agree. Misa think Misa need a trip to the hospital.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Joe and Jar Jar Show, folks. See you next time. Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, folks. Today, we have a very special guest, the one and only President Donald Trump.
It's great to be here, Joe. I love your show. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan.
And we also have a surprise guest, Sentinelese man, who's here to talk about the recent annexation of North Sentinel Island by the United States. Wow. I have no idea what he's saying, but it sounds intense.
Yeah, he's probably just jealous that we have a bigger island now. America first, baby.
I think he's getting agitated.
Don't worry, I'll handle this. I speak all languages, believe me.
Shots fired.
Hey, I like my tan. Thank you very much. And besides, we're just trying to make North Sentinel Island great again.
Jamie, pull up an image of the Sentinelese man attacking us with metal arrows.
See, this is why we need a wall around the island. Keep those metal arrows out.
Well, it looks like we're out of time for today. Thanks for joining us, President Trump and our Sentinelist friend.
Anytime, Joe. And remember, America first.
And that's a wrap, folks. Tune in next time for more absurd conversations on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with one and only President Donald Trump.
Great to be here, Joe. And let me tell you, I've been up to some big things since leaving office.
Really? Like what?
Well, I've been selling these amazing NFTs of drawings by 5-year-olds, and let me tell you, they're selling for billions.
Wait, drawings by 5-year-olds. How do you even get those?
Oh, I have my ways. But here's the kicker. After people buy them for billions, I change the price to just $1.
That's kind of messed up, man.
Hey, it's just business. And let me tell you, these NFTs are making me more money than being president ever did. Ever did.
I don't even know what to say to that.
And the best part is I don't even have to pay the kids for their drawings. It's all profit.
That's just wrong.
Wrong. No, it's genius. And you know what else is genius? My idea to put a giant gold statue of myself in every state capital.
I don't even know where to begin with that.
Jamie, pull up an image of the statue. It's going to be huge, believe me.
Pulls up image of a giant gold statue of Trump. Wow, that's something.
I know, right? And people said I couldn't make America great again.
I think we should just end this conversation here.
Fine, but I'll be back next week to talk about my new line of Trump steaks.
Please don't. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning into the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Hey, Neil, have you ever heard of that new trend where guys are turning their penises inside out?
What the hell are you talking about, Joe? That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, man. Apparently it's supposed to increase sensitivity or something.
That's not how biology works, Joe. You can't just flip your dick inside out and expect it to function better.
Well, I accidentally did it last night while I was experimenting, and let me tell you, it was a wild ride.
Please spare me the details. I don't want to know about your genital mutilation.
Hey, I'm just trying to push the boundaries of human experience, Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. I'm just concerned for your well-being. And your penis.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. It's like a reverse circumcision.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Hey, at least I can say I have a unique party trick now.
I don't think that's something you should be showing off at parties, Joe.
You're just jealous because you don't have the balls to try it.
No, I have the brains to know it's a bad idea.
Well, to each their own. But I gotta say, it feels pretty damn good. Hey, David, what's up, man?
Joe, my brother, I've got an invitation for you.
Oh, yeah. What's it for?
It's for my latest extreme training technique.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
It's called bobbing for turds.
What the hell is that?
It's like bobbing for apples, but with strangers' feces in a porta potty.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. It's the ultimate test of mental and physical strength.
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty gross.
You got to push yourself to the limit, Joe. That's the only way you'll grow.
Yeah, because nothing says growth like bobbing for turds.
Jamie, pull up an image of a porta potty filled with turds.
Sure thing, David.
See, Joe, that could be you in there, reaching for that turd like it's a golden apple.
I think I'll pass on this one, David.
Suit yourself. But just remember, champions aren't made by staying in their comfort zone.
Yeah, and they also don't bob for turds. Hey, Joe, have you heard about this new thing called the human latch? No, what the hell is that? It's a hidden switch that every person has. And when you activate it, your body flips inside out along the 4DW axis. That sounds insane. How do you activate it? Well, it's different for everyone. Some people have to do a triple backflip while singing the national anthem backwards, and others just have to sneeze while standing on their head. I gotta try this. Starts doing a handstand and sneezes. Wow, Joe, your body's flipping inside out. Laps, this is wild. I feel like a human pretzel. Pulls his own latch. Oh my God, I did it. Dude, you look like a freaky alien. Laps, I know, right? I feel like I'm in an MC Escher painting. Wait, can we control the direction of the flip? Yeah, I think so. Activates latch again, but this time his body flips horizontally. Laughs, this is too much fun. I'm going to be flipping all over the place. Just don't forget to flip back, Joe. We don't want you stuck in a weird position forever. Laughs, don't worry. I'll remember to pull my latch again. This is definitely going to be my new party trick. Jamie, pull up that image of Ben Shapiro's tight little pink asshole.
What the hell, Joe? Why are you so obsessed with my butt?
Oh, come on, Ben. I can't resist a good tight little pink asshole.
This is ridiculous. I'm not even going to entertain this conversation.
Oh, don't be such a prude. I bet it's the tightest little asshole in all of politics.
Can we please talk about something else?
Fine, fine. But seriously, Ben, what's your secret? How do you keep it so tight?
I'm not discussing this any further.
Oh, I get it. You don't want to reveal your secret to all the other politicians with saggy butts.
That's it. I'm leaving.
Wait, before you go, can I just say one thing?
What? What?
Your tight little pink asshole is like a diamond in the rough, a real hidden gem.
I hate you, Joe.
Love you too, Ben. See you next time on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Whoa, what the hell are you doing, Ben?
Just showing you my butthole, Joe. Want a closer look?
No thanks. And what's with the butt plug and all those flies?
Oh, you mean my little friends? They help me keep my butthole clean and fresh?
That's disgusting. And what's that liquid shit coming out of your ass?
Just a little fountain show for you, Joe. You like it?
No, I do not like it. Can you please get off the table and put your clothes back on?
Fine, but I was just trying to spice things up for the podcast.
Well, mission accomplished. Now let's move on to a less disturbing topic.
Fine, but I'll have to clean up this mess first.
Yeah, and maybe take a shower too. That smell is not going to go away anytime soon.
Hey, at least I'm not afraid to be myself and embrace my weirdness.
Yeah, well, maybe keep some of that weirdness to yourself next time.
Fair enough. Now let's get back to discussing politics and economics.
Thank God. I need to wash my eyes and brain after that sight. So, David, I heard you ran so far that you ended up in Teletubbaland.
Yeah, man. It was wild. Those little colorful bastards captured me and made me their prisoner.
What did they want from you?
They wanted me to join their cult and be their leader. But I ain't no follower, Joe.
So, what did you do?
I used my mental toughness and escaped. I ran through fields of flowers and rainbows, but I never lost sight of my mission to get the hell out of there.
That's some intense shit, man.
You have no idea, Joe. Those Teletubbies are no joke. They tried to brainwash me with their happy songs and constant hugging.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It was, but I pushed through and made it back to the real world.
And what did you learn from this experience?
That no matter where you are, you can always push through and overcome any obstacle. Plus, those Teletubbies are some freaky little creatures, man.
Well, I'm glad you made it out alive, David.
Thanks, Joe. And remember, always stay hard, even in Teletubby land.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025. Today, we have a very important topic to discuss. Which starter Pokemon is the best for Pokemon Emerald?
Obviously, it's Mudkip. I mean, have you seen that little guy? He's got the water type advantage and he's just so cute.
Oh, please, Trump. Mudkip is just a basic water type. Trico is where it's at. He's got the grass type advantage and he's a badass little lizard.
Guys, calm down. Torchic is the clear winner here. Fire type is the way to go. Plus, have you seen its evolution, Blaziken? That's one fierce chicken.
Blaziken. More like blazing chicken. Am I right?
Oh, come on, Joe. Trico may have the advantage against Mudkip, but Torchic is weak against both of us.
And Mudkip may have the advantage against Torchic, but Trico is weak against both of us.
All right. Let's settle this like men. We'll each choose our starter and have a battle.
Fine. Mudkip, I choose you.
Torchic, I choose you.
And for me, it's gotta be Trico. Let's do this. Take that, Trump. Trico's Razor Leaf is unstoppable.
Not so fast, Joe. Mudkip's water gun will wash away your little lizard.
You guys are both going down. Torchic's Ember will burn you to a crisp.
This is one intense battle. I gotta say, all three starters are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I may hate to admit it, but Torchic is holding his own.
And Mudkip is not backing down either.
Well, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. All three starters are... Wow, what the hell is that?
Oh, just some gold coins I found buried in my backyard.
Holy shit, that's a lot of them. You gonna be rich now?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like Scrooge McDuck, swimming in my gold.
Can I have one?
Sure, but be careful, they're cursed.
This is delicious. Wait, what did you say about them being cursed?
Yeah, they turn you into a golem from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, no, my precious.
Looks like I'll have to find a new co-host for my podcast.
No, we can still do the podcast together, my precious.
Sorry, Joe, I can't have a co-host who eats chocolate coins and talks like Golem.
Damn, I guess I'll just have to stick to Fear Factor.
Good luck with that, Joe.
So, Kenny, what brings you on the show today?
Well, I have a proposition for you.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
I want you to be a part of my latest album.
Really? What kind of role are we talking here?
I want you to come and slap your nuts on various instruments.
What the hell, Kenny? That's insane.
It's gonna be groundbreaking, Joe. Trust me.
I'm not sure my nuts are up for that kind of challenge.
Come on, Joe. Don't be a pussy. It'll be legendary.
Fine. But only if you promise to lick those same instruments afterwards.
Oh, I was planning on it anyway. That's just the kind of artist I am.
This is going to be one hell of an album.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
All right, folks, we've got a special topic for today's episode. We're going to be talking about cum.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite subjects. Let's dive right in.
So, Neil, why does cum come in different colors? I mean, I've seen white, black, red, purple, golden, blue, and even orange.
Well, Joe, it all comes down to the different levels of pigmentation in the semen. White is the most common as it contains a high concentration of sperm.
Wait, so you're telling me there's actual sperm swimming around in there? Gross.
Black cum is a result of high levels of melanin, similar to dark skin. Red is caused by blood mixing in with the semen. And purple, well, that's just a sign of a really intense orgasm.
Oh, great. Now I'm going to have to worry about my cum turning purple. Thanks, Neil.
Don't worry, Joe. It's not that common. Now, golden cum is a result of high levels of zinc, which can give it a metallic hue.
So if I drink a lot of zinc, I'll have golden cum. Sounds like a great party trick.
Moving on to blue cum. That's caused by a rare genetic condition called blue ball syndrome, and orange. Well, that's just a sign of a serious infection.
Ew, that's not funny, Neil.
I'm sorry, Joe. I was just trying to lighten the mood. But in all seriousness, if your cum is any color other than white or clear, you should probably see a doctor.
Well, there you have it, folks. The scientific explanation for all the different colors of cum. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025.
And remember, always practice safe sex. Or else...
Hey, Neil, have you heard about this new craze with NFTs?
Yeah, I've been getting into it myself. I just posted an NFT of the sewer rat that crawled up my ass last week.
Wait, what? You had a rat in your ass?
Yeah, long story. But now it's immortalized as an NFT.
That's some next level shit, literally.
Speaking of shit, have you heard about the new JRAI token?
No, what's that?
It's the official token of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. It's like Bitcoin, but instead of mining, you have to eat a bowl of elk testicles.
That's some serious dedication to the podcast.
Absolutely. And the best part is, if you hold on to the token long enough, you get a free DMT trip with me.
I'm in. But back to your NFT, how much did it sell for?
Oh, just a cool million. People will pay top dollar for anything these days.
I should start posting NFTs of my farts.
You do that, Joe. You do that.
So, David, I heard you had a bit of an accident with some Pyron House.
Yeah, man, those little fuckers are no joke. They took a bite out of my manhood.
Ouch. But I also heard you got a pretty badass upgrade.
Oh yeah, I'm like Iron Man now, but with a cock.
Wait, what?
They gave me a weaponized cybernetic penis. It can shatter diamonds, fire missiles, and even turn into a sword.
Holy shit, that's insane. Do you have any control over it?
Oh yeah, it's like a third arm. I can make it do whatever I want.
That's some next level shit. Are you going to use it to fight crime?
You bet your ass I am. I'm Iron Cock Johnson now, the hero this world needs.
I can already see the movie posters. Iron Cock Johnson, saving the world, one thrust at a time.
I like the sound of that. But seriously, this thing is no joke. It's like a lethal weapon.
I can imagine. I bet the ladies are going to love it.
Oh, they already do. I'm like a walking vibrator now.
Well, I'm glad you're embracing your new enhanced cybernetic penis. You truly are a hero, Iron Cock Johnson.
Damn right I'm. And I'm going to use this thing to make the world a better place. One orgasm at a time.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I'm here with one and only President Donald Trump.
It's great to be here, Joe. I've been a big fan of your podcast even before I became the greatest president in history.
So, Mr. President, I heard you've been dipping your penis in vinegar for a week. What's that all about?
Well, Joe, I've always been a big fan of pickles, and I thought, why not make my own pickle? So I dipped my dick in vinegar for a week, and now I present to you the dickle. The dickle.
Oh man, that's just wow. I don't even know what to say.
It's a game changer, Joe. Trust me. You can put it on sandwiches, burgers, anything. It's going to be huge.
I think I'll pass on trying that, Mr. President.
Suit yourself, Joe. More for me. But let me tell you, it's going to be a bestseller. I'm thinking of even adding it to the menu at my Trump hotels.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a hit with the guests.
Absolutely. And you know what they say, Joe? Once you go dickle, you never go back.
I don't even know how to respond to that, Mr. President.
That's what they all say, Joe. That's what they all say.
Well, I think we'll end it there. Thanks for joining us on the podcast, Mr. President.
Anytime, Joe. And remember, folks, try the dickle. It'll change your life.
So, Ben, what do you think about the current state of politics?
Well, Joe, let me tell you, my sister's tits are bigger than the government spending problem.
Okay then. Moving on, what about the economy?
Oh, the economy? My sister's tits are more stable than the stock market.
Can we please focus on the actual topic at hand?
Fine. But just for the record, my sister's tits are more impressive than the national debt.
All right, let's just stick to politics, shall we?
Sure, but I have to say, my sister's tits are more bipartisan than Congress.
Oh God, here we go again.
Hey, I can't help it if my sister's tits are a hot topic.
Can we just end this conversation before it gets any weirder?
Fine, but just remember, my sister's tits are like a free market. Everyone wants a piece.
And that's enough for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. So, Dr. Phil, I heard you got named the newest mod at Retraps.
Yeah, I'm excited to bring my expertise to the world of cross-dressing and gender fluidity.
Do you have any experience with that?
Well, I did once dress up as a woman for Halloween. Does that count?
I don't think that's quite the same, but we'll roll with it.
I'm just glad to have a platform to spread my message of acceptance and understanding.
Yeah, I'm sure the users at our traps will really appreciate your wisdom.
And I'll be able to use my signature catchphrase. How's that working out for you?
Oh man, I can already see the memes.
But seriously, we need to break down the barriers and stigmas surrounding gender identity.
I agree, but I also think we should have a good laugh while we're at it.
Absolutely. Humor is a powerful tool for change.
And speaking of tools, do you think we should add Dr. Phil's hammer of acceptance flair for the subreddit?
That's actually not a bad idea.
All right. Well, I think we've covered the serious stuff. Let's get back to making inappropriate jokes.
I'm all for it. Let's show the world that even mods can have a sense of humor.
So, Kanye, what's up, man? You wanted to talk about something on the podcast?
Yeah, I've been working on my new album and I wanted to ask you if you could feature on it.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I've always wanted to be on a Kanye album. What do you want me to do?
I want you to suckle my nutsack in your mouth while I record the sounds for the album.
Oh, what?
I want you to suckle my nutsack in your mouth with a super high quality microphone to record the sounds made.
Oh, come on, man. I don't think my wife would appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. Plus, it's for the art, Joe. The art.
I don't know, Kanye. That's a little too weird for me.
Come on, Joe. You always talk about trying new things and pushing boundaries. This is the ultimate boundary pusher. This is the ultimate boundary pusher.
Fine, I'll do it. But only if I can wear a hazmat suit.
deal, my friend. This album is going to be legendary.
So Elon, I heard you're getting into the NFT game.
Yeah, man. Got to diversify my portfolio. And what better way than selling NFTs of rotting corpses?
Wait, what? Rotting corpses?
Yeah, dead bodies. But like really gross ones. The more decomposed, the higher the value.
That's pretty messed up, Elon.
Hey, it's the future, Joe. And in the future, everything is for sale, even dead bodies.
I don't know, man. Seems a little morbid.
Morbid. No way. It's art, and it's cutting-edge technology. We're revolutionizing the NFT game.
I don't think anyone wants to buy a digital representation of a rotting corpse, Elon.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Joe. There's a whole market for it, and we're going to make millions.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Just say you want in on the sweet deal, Joe. We'll make you a VIP NFT collector.
Pass. I'll stick to my DMT and elk meat. Thanks.
Suit yourself, Joe. But when I'm a billionaire from selling NFTs of dead bodies, don't come crawling to me for a handout.
I think I'll be just fine without your creepy NFTs, Elon.
Your loss, Joe. Your loss.
So, Elon, what's been going on in your world lately?
Just launching rockets and creating electric cars. The usual.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but have you heard of this thing called munting?
Munting. No, I can't say I have. What is it?
It's when you dig up a dead body and have sex with it. Pretty messed up, right?
That's disturbing. Why would anyone do that?
I don't know, man. People are into some weird shit. But hey, let's have some fun with it. Jamie, pull up an image of munting.
Wait, what? No, I don't want to see that.
Come on, Elon. Live a little. It's just a picture.
Fine. But this better not scar me for life.
Pulls up an image of munting.
Oh my God, what the hell is that?
Look at his face. He's traumatized.
I can't unsee that. I think I need to go lie down.
Come on, Elon. Don't be such a prude. It's just a little necrophilia.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Well, let's just say we won't be adding munting to the list of things we'll be doing on Mars.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's stick to building sustainable habitats instead.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. But seriously, thanks for being a good sport, Elon.
No problem, Joe. Just don't make me look at any more disturbing images, okay?
No promises. Now, let's go smoke some weed and talk about artificial intelligence taking over the world. So, Elon, I heard you're getting into the NFT game.
Yeah, I figured why not? I have a lot of weird shit lying around. Might as well make some money off of it.
What kind of weird shit are we talking about here?
Well, for starters, I'm selling NFTs of my rotting asshole.
Wait, what? Your asshole?
Yeah, it's a limited edition series. Each one is unique and has its own special smell.
That's disgusting, man. Who would want to buy that?
Hey, there's a market for everything. Plus, it's a great conversation starter.
I don't even know what to say to that.
And if that's not your thing, I also have NFTs of my toenail clippings.
Okay, now you're just trying to gross me out.
Hey, you gotta diversify your portfolio. Can't just rely on electric cars and space travel.
I don't think this is what people had in mind when they invested in Tesla.
Hey, I'm just giving the people what they want. And apparently, they want a piece of my rotting asshole.
I don't think I'll ever be able to unhear this conversation.
That's the beauty of it, Joe. It'll haunt you forever.
So, Phil, you were telling me before we started recording that you have something to reveal to our listeners.
That's right, Joe. I've been keeping this a secret for a long time, but I feel like it's time to come clean.
I'm intrigued. What is it?
Well, Joe, I identify as Papa Smurf.
What the hell, Phil? Are you serious?
Absolutely, Joe. I've always felt a connection to the blue-skinned leader of the Smurfs.
I mean, I can see the resemblance. You do have a bit of a beard going on.
Thank you, Joe. I've been growing it out to fully embrace my Papa Smurf identity.
But Phil, you do know that Papa Smurf is like 100 years old, right?
Age is just a number, Joe. Plus, I have a magical red hat that keeps me young and spry.
Oh, of course. How could I forget about the magical hat?
And don't even get me started on my love for Smurf berries. I can't get enough of those little blue fruits.
I don't even know what to say. This is just too absurd.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, Joe. Being Papa Smurf is pretty awesome.
I'll take your word for it, Phil. But I think I'll stick to being a regular human.
Suit yourself, Joe. More Smurf berries for me.
Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience, folks. Today, we have a very special guest. He's a former Navy SEAL, ultra marathon runner, and now talking corpse. Wow, David, you're looking a little different since the last time we saw you. So, how did you become a talking corpse? Wait, you mean you were already a corpse and then you learned how to talk? That's some next level shit, man. So what's it like being a talking corpse? I can imagine it's pretty tough to keep up with your ultra marathons now. But seriously, how did you die? Oh, you don't want to talk about it. Fair enough. So what's your daily routine like now? Just lying around saying all day. That's the dream, man. I'm jealous. But seriously, do you have any words of wisdom for our listeners? Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot. You can only say shh, shh. And hooks. That's all the time we have with David Goggins, the talk. All right, folks. Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm joined today by the one and only Elon Musk. How are you doing, Elon?
Doing great, Joe. Just trying to figure out how low we can go.
What do you mean by that, Elon?
Well, I've been doing some research on animal pussies, and I gotta say, some of them are pretty impressive.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. I've been rating them on a scale of 1 to 10, and let me tell you, some of them are definitely a 10. Jamie, can you pull up some images for us?
Sure thing, Elon. Awkwardly pulls up images of animal pussies.
Oh my God, what the hell is that?
That, my friend, is 10. Look at the color and texture. It's truly remarkable.
I don't even know what to say. Moving on, what about this one?
And that's a solid 9.5. Look at the symmetry and the size. It's really something.
I can't believe we're having this conversation. What about this one?
I'd give that one a 7. It's a bit too hairy for my taste.
Okay, I think we've seen enough. Jamie, can you please take these images off the screen?
Yeah, sure thing. Quickly closes the images.
So, Joe, what's your favorite animal pussy?
I'm not answering that, Elon. This conversation has gone too far.
Oh, come on, Joe. Don't be shy. We're just two guys talking about animal pussies on a podcast.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we're ending this episode right now. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And please don't rate animal pussies. It's just not right. So, David, I heard you've been training for the Doll Pussy Marathon.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
Yeah, I mean, what better way to push your limits than by running 26.2 miles while chanting Doll Pussy? The whole time.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
But seriously, what inspired you to take on this challenge?
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
Oh, I see. You're just really passionate about doll pussy.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
I mean, I can't blame you. those plastic, lifeless eyes staring back at you while you do your thing. It's like the ultimate power movie.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
And I bet the training is intense. I mean, you got to have some serious stamina to keep up with those dolls.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
But hey, you're a beast. You can handle it. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll even break the world record for the fastest doll pussy marathon time.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
And when you cross that finish line, all you'll hear is the crowd cheering doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
Well, good luck with your training, David. And remember, always stay focused on that ultimate prize, doll pussy.
Doll pussy, doll pussy, doll pussy.
And that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Joe Rogan Experience, where we talk about the most important topics of our time. Doll pussy. Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, where we talk about all things weird, wild, and wacky. Today, we have a special guest, the one and only Ben Shapiro.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Always happy to engage in intellectual discourse.
So, I heard some crazy news, Ben. Apparently, Lee Harvey Oswald has come back from the dead and assassinated you for being a gay, nerdy twink.
What? That's absurd. I'm not even gay.
Well, I mean, you do have that whole nerdy twink vibe going on.
That's just my aesthetic, Joe. It has nothing to do with my sexual preferences.
Sure. But let's talk about this assassination. How do you feel about being taken out by a dead guy?
It's a travesty, Joe. I was just trying to spread my conservative values and now I'm dead.
But hey, at least you died for a cause, right?
Joe, I'm not dead. I'm right here.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot we were in the Matrix. But seriously, do you think Lee Harvey Oswald had a good reason for killing you?
Absolutely not, Joe. He was just a deranged lunatic.
Or maybe he was just tired of your constant rants about facts and logic.
That's not true, Joe. I'm not constantly ranting. I'm just stating the truth.
Right. Well, it's a shame you're dead, Ben. Who's going to be the voice of the conservative movement now?
I'm not dead, Joe. And there are plenty of other conservative voices out there.
Sure. But none quite as entertaining as you, Ben.
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult, Joe.
Let's just say it's both. Thanks for coming on the show, Ben. Rest in peace.
Joe, I'm not dead. Can we please end this conversation now?
Oh, right. Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, folks. Today, we have a very special guest, the one and only Elon Musk.
Thanks for having me, Joe. It's an honor to be here.
So, Elon, I heard you have some interesting hobbies. Care to share?
Well, Joe, I've been really into exploring the depths of my sexuality lately. And let me tell you, it's been quite the journey.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Well, last night I had the gayest sex of all time on your studio table.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I just had to yell my ass. It stinks. There's shit everywhere 77 times. 7 times.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Did you use any special toys or gadgets?
I brought my own custom-made rocket-shaped dildo. It was quite the ride.
This is the best podcast episode ever.
Glad to be of service.
Jamie, pull up an image of Elon's rocket dildo.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you, Jamie. It's one of my greatest inventions yet.
Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up this episode. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And remember, always explore your sexuality, even if it means having gay sex on a podcast table.
To that.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Great to be here, Joe. Great to be here. I've been listening to your podcast and it's fantastic. Really fantastic. Really fantastic.
So, Mr. President, I heard you've been rating presidential assassinations. What's your take on that?
Well, Joe, let me tell you, I've seen some of the best assassinations in history. Lincoln, Kennedy, they were top notch. But you know who had the best assassination? Our American cousin.
Wait, what? Our American cousin? The play that Lincoln was watching when he was shot?
Yes, yes, Jamie, pull up an image of our American cousin, but it's an erotic VR furry role play with penis and pussy flying everywhere. Realistic, realistic.
What the actual fuck, Mr. President? That's messed up.
Hey, I'm just saying it would have made the whole thing a lot more interesting. And let's not forget, Lincoln was a Republican, just like me.
Okay, let's move on to Kennedy. What's your rating on his assassination?
Oh, that was a classic. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. But you know what would have made it a 10 if Jackie had pulled out a gun and shot him too?
That's dark, man. That's dark.
Hey, I'm just being honest. And you know what would have made it even better? If Jamie pulled up an image of Kennedy's head exploding, but it's actually a pinata filled with candy and confetti.
I don't even know what to say to that. Let's just move on to another topic.
Sure thing, Joe. But before we do, Jamie, pull up an image of Reagan's assassination, but it's a musical with dancing unicorns and rainbows.
This is getting out of hand. I think we should end this episode here.
No, no, let's keep.
So, Dr. Phil fucking died.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Oh shit. Sorry. I forgot about that whole ghost thing.
It's okay, Joe. I'm used to being ignored in my own death.
Well, at least you're not rotting in the ground like some loser.
Oh, thank you for that comforting thought, Joe.
No problem. So, did you have a good funeral? Any hot chicks crying over your casket?
Yes, because that's exactly what I want to be remembered for.
Hey, at least you went out with a bang.
Can we please move on from my death? It's starting to feel like a roast.
Fine, fine. So Neil and David were there, right?
Yes, they were, but they were too busy trying to hit on the grieving widows.
Classic Neil and David movie. Did they at least say some nice things about you?
No, they just kept making jokes about how I finally lost some weight.
Well, at least they're keeping it light. Death can be such a downer.
Yeah, because nothing cheers up a funeral like two guys hitting on widows and making fat jokes.
Hey, it's better than crying and mourning, right?
I give up. I'm just gonna haunt you for the rest of your life, Joe.
Bring it on, Ghost Phil. I'll just smoke some DMT and we can have a deep conversation about the afterlife.
I should have known you would find a way to make this about drugs.
Hey, it's my brand. And speaking of brands, this episode is brought to you by use code JOEROG. So Kenny, I gotta ask, who's in Paris right now?
Who cares, man? I'm in Wyoming, creating my own universe.
But seriously, who's in Paris? Is it Kim?
Nah, she's too busy running her own empire. Plus, I don't think she's a fan of croissants.
Could it be your ex Amber Rose? I heard she's into fashion now.
Nah, she's too busy showing off her bald head on Instagram. Plus, I don't think she's a fan of baguettes.
Well, it's got to be someone. Maybe it's your long-lost cousin from France.
Joe, for the last time, I don't have any cousins in France. And even if I did, I wouldn't claim them.
All right, I'll stop guessing. But seriously, who is in Paris?
Joe, I don't know, and I don't care. I'm too busy making music that will change the world.
Fair enough. But hey, maybe we should go to Paris together and find out who's there.
Joe, I don't think they're ready for that kind of chaos. Let's just stick to Wyoming for now.
Fine, but I'm still going to keep asking you about Paris every time you come on this show.
And I'll keep giving you the same answer every time, Joe. Now, let's talk about something more important, like my new line of Yeezy diapers.
So, Kenny, I heard you have a new hit song out called Fortnite Balls.
Yeah, man, it's the hottest track of 2025. 5. It's all about balls, but like metaphorical balls, you know.
Yeah, sure. So what inspired you to write this masterpiece?
Well, I was playing Fortnite and I kept getting killed by these kids who were just too good. And I was like, damn, they must have some big balls to be that good.
And that's when the lyrics just flowed out of you?
Exactly. Fortnite balls, they're bouncing all around. Gotta have some balls to take that victory crown.
Wow, deep stuff. So what do you think about the controversy surrounding the song?
People just don't get it, man. It's not about actual balls, it's about courage and strength and overcoming obstacles.
Right, right. And heard you're planning on releasing a remix featuring Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, she's gonna bring some serious balls to the track.
And what about the music video? Any hints on what we can expect?
Let's just say there will be a lot of balls bouncing around, Joe. A lot of balls.
Can't wait to see it. Well, that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning into the Joe Rogan Experience Podcast 2025.
And remember, always have the balls to chase your dreams, even if it means singing about Fortnite balls. Peace out, y'all.
So, Dr. Phil, I heard you've been working on your rap skills.
Oh, you know it, Joe. I've been spitting fire in the studio.
What kind of beats are you rapping over?
Well, I recently did a cover of Jay-Z's Watch the Throne album.
No way.
Yeah, and I even added my own twist to the third track.
Let's hear it.
Clear's throat. I'm Dr. Phil, and I'm here to say I'm the king of talk shows in every way. I may not be Jay-Z, but I'll still rock your world. So watch the throne, or get kicked to the...
Laughs. That's gold, Dr. Phil.
Thanks, Joe. I think I have a future in the rap game.
You definitely have a unique style, that's for sure.
And you know what they say, Joe? If you can't beat 'em, rap about 'em.
Laughs, wise words from Dr. Phil. All right, folks, we have a very special guest on the podcast today. He's the 45th and 47th President of the United States, the one and only Donald Trump.
Thank you, Joe. It's great to be here. Really, it's fantastic. Nobody does podcasts like you, believe me.
So, Mr. President, I heard you have a new challenge for yourself. You can only say the letters of the alphabet in order from to Z. Can you demonstrate for us?
Of course I can, Joe. I'm a very stable genius. I have the best words. B, A, C, D, E, F, G, A, H, E, H, E, A, L, M, O, P, Q. Then me.
Wow, that was impressive. But I have to ask, how does this help you as a leader?
It's a great exercise for my brain, Joe. Keeps me sharp. And let me tell you, nobody knows the alphabet better than me. I know all the letters, believe me. And I have the best alphabet, the best.
Well, I have to say I'm pretty impressed. But what about when you have to speak in complete sentences?
I don't need complete sentences, Joe. I have the best words, remember? And let me tell you, to Z is all I need. It's tremendous, really tremendous, really tremendous.
I have to say, this is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But hey, it's entertaining, and that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely, Joe. And let me tell you, my to Z skills are going to make America great again, believe me.
All right, folks, we have a special guest today, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Trump,
It's great to be here, Joe. I love your show. It's fantastic. The best show, really. Tremendous.
so, Mr. President, I heard you have a new favorite song. Care to share it with us?
Oh, yeah, it's a great song. The best song. It's called Coal Makes Me Come by The Chaser. Have you heard it, Joe?
Can't say I have, but I have a feeling it's going to be a wild ride.
Oh, it's a wild ride, all right. I mean, coal and cum, two of my favorite things. What's not to love?
I'm speechless. But I have to ask, what inspired you to choose this song as your favorite?
Well, Joe, I've always been a big fan of coal. I mean, it's black and dirty, just like my soul. And well, let's just say I have a lot of experience with that.
Moving on. What do you think about the remix by DJ Scomo?
It's tremendous, Joe. The best remix. I mean, it's got a great beat, it's catchy, and it really speaks to the American people. Coal and cum bringing people together.
I don't even know what to say, but I have to ask, have you ever sung this song at one of your rallies?
Of course, Joe. I've got a great singing voice. People tell me I sound just like Frank Sinatra. And let me tell you, when I sing Coal Makes Me Come, the crowd goes wild.
I can only imagine. Well, Mr. President, thank you for sharing your new favorite song with us. Any final thoughts?
Just remember, folks, coal is the backbone of this country. And, well, let's just say I've been doing a lot of backboning lately. Thanks for having me, Joe.
So, David, I heard you've been drinking some pretty intense stuff lately.
Yeah, man. I've been chugging fentanyl-laced cereal milk for breakfast every morning
What the actual, Kai, why would you do that?
because it gives me that extra boost of energy to crush my workouts and dominate my day.
Dude, that's not healthy. You're literally poisoning yourself.
Oh, please, Joe. You're just a weak little soy boy. Real men can handle a little fentanyl in their cereal milk.
Are you serious right now? This is some next level crazy T.
You know what's really crazy? The fact that I can still run a marathon after downing a gallon of this stuff.
I think you need some serious help, man. Maybe lay off the fentanyl for a bit.
No, I'm good. Plus, I invested all my money into JRA AI. So I got to keep promoting it.
Oh God, not another crypto, bro. This is getting out of hand.
Just wait until you try my new pre-workout Estenio infused with a hint of cocaine.
Okay, I think we need to end this conversation before we get shut down by the FCC.
Fine, but just remember fentanyl-laced cereal milk is the breakfast of champions.
Sorry, folks. Welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Today we have a very special guest, the one and only Elon Musk.
Thanks for having me, Joe. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
So, Elon, I heard you recently mounted your wife like Khal Drogo mounted Daenerys in Game of Thrones. How is that?
Oh, yeah, it was quite the experience. I even had my own dragon sound effects playing in the background.
That's wild, man. Did you also have a massive beard and ripped abs like Khal Drogo?
I wish, but I did put on a fake beard and drew on some abs with a Sharpie. Gotta commit to the role, you know?
That's dedication right there. But seriously, how did your wife react to all of this?
Well, she was a bit confused at first, but then she got into it. We even reenacted the whole moon of my life and my sun and stars scene.
Oh man, that's some next level role playing. Did you guys use any Solana tokens during this session?
Actually, we did. We used some JRAI to spice things up. It's the official token of our bedroom now.
I can only imagine the possibilities with that. Well, on that note, we'll have to end this episode here. Thanks for tuning in, folks. And remember, always have a sense of humor and don't take life too seriously. See you next time. So, David, I heard you have a new superpower. You can turn into semen but still remain human.
Yeah, it's called the Semen Warrior Transformation. I've been training my balls off for this.
That's interesting. How does it work exactly?
Well, I just have to think really hard about being semen, and then boom, I'm a tiny little swimmer.
And you're still human in that form.
Of course, I'm still the toughest motherfucker out there, even as a microscopic blob of jizz.
I have so many questions. Like, do you have control over where you go, semen?
Absolutely. I can navigate my way through any obstacle just like I do in life.
And what happens when you turn back into a human? Do you just reform?
Yeah, it's reverse ejaculation. I shoot out of wherever I am and then I'm back to my regular self.
That's wild, man. Have you used this power for anything yet?
Well, let's say